step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Hey, very good morning, you beautiful people. Welcome to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It is the 11th of October today, and we welcome you to the start of a brand new day. My name is Katla Khamabwe, reporting for duty. So good to be in your company at the start of a brand new day, and a day it promises to be equal parts entertaining and inspiring, and we thank you so much. Listen, a lot's happening around the world right now. There's a typhoon headed for Japan, which is causing some disruptions in the world of sport. We'll talk about it. Jeremy Harris is in the house, and he'll be telling us the latest in terms of the Grand Prix and, of course, the Rugby World Cup happening over there. But today is a very important day, in case you didn't know it. It's World Egg Day. Yes, World Egg Day exists, and it is today. I have no idea who started it, why they thought it was necessary, but it is here. And so on our social media pages, on Expresso Morning Show SABC3 to be more specific, we're asking you to tell us, as we're celebrating World Egg Day today, what do you think came first? The age-old question, the chicken or the egg, and why? And I think today we might just find the answer to that question. We're trying to just kind of settle the myth forever and never ever have to ask that question ever again. So which one came first, the chicken or the egg? And why do you say so? So do engage with us. And of course, you can also find us on Instagram and on Twitter at Expresso Show. The hashtag to use is hashtag Expresso Show. That's how we get in touch with you throughout the morning. That promises to be absolutely fantastic. But let's check in with the rest of the team. G-Man, so which one did come first? Is it the chicken or the egg?
I think that the chicken was crossing the road because it lost the egg, and the egg was rolling across the road, and that's why. No, I have no idea. I'm even left baffled as to why today in particular is World Egg Day. What particular thing happened today that made people go, you know what, we got to do it. The 11th of October has to be Egg Day. Either way, I don't mind. I love eggs. Today we'll be cooking with eggs, I'm sure, in a plethora of interesting ways. So going to get stuck into that, really. Looking forward to seeing some interesting. Please make your answers humorous. You can make them as cheesy, but make sure that they are exceptional on our social media platforms this morning. Have a little bit of fun with World Egg Day. I think South Africans, we do love our egg. We also love the fact that it's a weekend. We get to dress for success. Of course, taking a look at the weather, how we can enter into the weekend, what you should be wearing, how you should be feeling. Let's give you a broad sweep of what the weather's looking like in your part of the world. In Johannesburg, intervals of clouds and sun expected this weekend, with temperatures remaining between 13 and 30 degrees. Beautiful. That cloud cover will increase towards the evenings with little to no wind, so you can enjoy a break from the rain. Pretty much a sublime weekend. Durbs, not so much. You got rain on the way, some sunny conditions with pleasant temperatures for the duration of the day. Then towards the evening, the cloud cover is going to increase with the couple of showers being heralded in on Saturday. Temperatures remaining between 16 and 27 degrees. So be prepared for the rain and for a little humidity as well. Then in Port Elizabeth, mainly cloudy conditions expected this weekend with an easterly wind that picks up as the weekend progresses. That rain can be expected from Sunday morning onwards. Temperatures will remain between 12 and 22 degrees, so nice and moderate. Then moving down to the mother city, partly sunny conditions with pleasantly warm temperatures. Like the side of that, sky will clear towards Sunday. The temperatures becoming a little bit warmer, and you can expect temperatures ranging between 13 and 25 degrees. A strong southeasterly wind expected for the entire weekend, though, as well. So batten down the hatches. Well, things we on the tip of deciding what to wear. Maybe you want to go the route of denim. Yesterday was a denim day. For those who missed yesterday morning's show, we obviously had the denim takeover with the fun, fabulous, really awesome Sebekwa twins, Annalisa and Asanele, two fantastic young women with an incredible take on style, and they joined us to talk all things re-denim. So, of course, one of Woolworth's flagship brands at the moment. And we looked at the new leg shapes, the skirt styles, how to style them, and also unpacked the sustainable aspect of re-denim and some amazing new advances in the technology of creating the ultimate denim, that nice light denim, how they do it to be more, I think, conscious of who's wearing them, conscious of the people making them, and of course the environment, the impact there. So we asked you guys, our viewers out there, to share share your very own denim looks with us on social media. Thank you so much for doing that. You've done some, posted some amazing pictures. Really pleased with how fabulous you peoples are rocking your denim this morning. So we're going to take a look at our top 3 picks out of the many that came through. Let's start with a regular contributor on the show. We love it. Josephine Pixton sent us her ultra glam denim jacket look and said, I love denim. I love to style it many different ways with a dress and accessories. As you can see in her gorgeous pic, Josephine knows her denim game. She is rocking it. Thanks for sending us that beautiful pic, Josephine. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Then Shireen Abraham sent this a family snap actually of her with the whole family in denim and enjoying their weekend vibes. What a feel-good pic. Thanks so much for that. So great to see you all rocking your denim from Woolies. And then Mapundi Mangado said, denim to denim rocks. We couldn't agree more, Mapundi. We love the versatility of denim on and off the show. We love it on the show. I think you see it all the time. So thank you so much to all of you guys. Our awesome viewers took the time out to share your denim looks with us on social media. We'd love to keep those pictures coming. And no denim today, but I'm rocking a nice, easy, I think we're all going to suit up this morning so we can feel a little extra primped going into the weekend. I went with a nice, dark, deeper blue and an interesting kind of knit and fabric on the blazer and suit look. Nice deep blue with a nice striped blue and white shirt, bit of a nautical vibe there. Some nice white trainers so we can dress it down as we do, just to typify us going into a Friday morning. You're going to see a nice suited up look, I think, from all the gents. And of course, we might see a little splash of denim here and there. There are many ways to wear your denim from Woolies. So many styles to choose from this season. They're having a bumper summer season, no surprise. It's the one and only denim destination, so you can shop yours in-store, online, or via the very cool Woolies app. Go and check it out if you haven't already.
Hey, you know what? About 20 seconds ago, it just dawned on me that it's a Friday today! Yes! I was like, where have you been all morning, Katlego? But yes, it is a Friday. And once again, thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new day. How about some inspiration, some positive energy to fuel your tank at the start of the weekend? And of course, we know that having a positive approach in life really does help you through the toughest of problems. So here are our wise words of inspiration this morning. Be positive, because positive energy attracts positive results. And it's something that's been said for years and years and centuries. You've heard it in many iterations, different quotes swung this way and that way, but it's like, you know, birds of a feather flock together. If you want positivity in your life, be the positive person. You'll start attracting positive results, the kind of positive people that you want in your life that help to bring those results around and about. And of course, everything around you starts reflecting the energy that you reflect. And of course, I think the most difficult part of it is to tear yourself away from the negativity that might be apparent all around you, but take it one step at a time. Change the way you think. You know, view the glass half full instead of half empty, because positive attracts positive, and you can be the start of that brand new journey in your life. Good luck, but it's a Friday, and let's get into the news headlines of the morning.
Thanks so much, Kak. Let's kick it off here in South Africa, where President Cyril Ramaphosa has said that while Finance Minister Tito Mbowene's economic policy paper proposed auctioning some coal power stations to raise funds, government does not intend to sell off new power stations, describing them as Eskom's crown jewels. Then the US Treasury has announced sanctions against the controversial Gupta family, and an associate, Salim Essa, said yesterday that the Guptas and Essa have used their influence with prominent politicians and parties in South Africa to line their pockets with ill-gotten gains. Further afield on the international front, Sudan has appointed a woman as the head of its judiciary yesterday for the first time in the history of the Arab Muslim country. The ruling Transitional Sovereignty Council has announced. Then a powerful typhoon is churning towards Japan as we speak, grounding hundreds of flights, cancelling upcoming matches, of course, in the Rugby World Cup, and placing millions of residents squarely in its path. 2 rugby internationals have since been cancelled. it, and we'll bring you an update on that. And then finally, South Africa boasts 3 of the 10 wealthiest cities in Africa. That is according to the 2019 Africa Wealth Report by the New World Health and Afro-Asia Bank. Johannesburg is the wealthiest city in Africa, with the most of its wealth concentrated in Sandton, home of the JSE, and head offices of most of Africa's largest banks and corporates. Then Cape Town comes in second with its exclusive suburbs such as Clifton, Bishop's Court, Camps Bay and Bantry Bay. Then in 5th place is Durban, including Umhlanga, one of the fastest growing areas in SA in terms of wealth growth over the past 10 years. Cairo, home to more billionaires than any other African city, is in 3rd place, and Lagos in Nigeria is in 4th place. That's where we leave our news headlines for now. Let's delve a little deeper into the sport. So New Zealand's Rugby World Cup match against Italy and England's match against France, scheduled to take place tomorrow, have been called off due to that super typhoon Hagibis expected to hit Japan, as we've just reported. Then in tennis, world number 1 Novak Djokovic eased past American John Isner 7-5, 6-3 to advance to the last 16, while the 20-time Grand Slam winner Roger Federer beat Belgium's David Goffin 7-6, 6-4 to advance to the quarterfinals in the Shanghai Masters. On to motorsport. MotoGP will make its return to Brazil in 2022 at a brand new circuit as well, the Rio Motor Park in Deodoro, on a 5-year deal. Construction on the track is expected to be completed in 2021. And then throwing forward to our Rugby World Cup action, it will continue today with the Pool D clash between Australia and Georgia. That's taking place at the Shizuoka Stadium in Ikopa at 12:15 this afternoon. Jeremy Harris is here, the man with the master plan. Talk us through all of our weekend sporting action, what we can expect, and all the highs and lows in just a moment. So stick around, but let's take a deeper look at the weather across the country.
Okay, sweetie, time to blow out your candles.
Don't ruin the moment. Prevent allergies or cold and flu with fast-acting powder nasal spray from the Nexa range. Nexa, brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
Well, let's get right into your sunrise pictures that you sent in. Thank you very much, Ali Zwambaliswana, for the sunrise picture from Mthatha in the Eastern Cape, where plenty of sunshine can be expected with warmer temperatures than the day before. And you can expect those temperatures to reach a maximum of about 25 degrees Celsius. Also, Lionel Gordon sent us a beautiful sunrise picture from Plettenberg Bay. And there'll be times of clouds and sunshine during the day with little to no wind, and an increase in cloud cover towards the evening, and temperatures reaching a maximum of 21 degrees. Thank you so much for those pictures. Do keep them coming. We love sharing them with everyone at the start of a brand new day. Let's take a look at those temperatures in Polokwane. Between 10 and 23 degrees you can expect today. Mbombela 11 to 25. Partly cloudy conditions for Pretoria, and temperatures ranging between 12 and 25. Johannesburg 12 to 24. Northeasterly winds of about 24 kilometers per hour expected in Mahikeng. Between 14 and 28 your temperatures will range. Klerksdorp 13 to 29. Kimberley 16 all the way up to 31. Bloemfontein 12 to 28. Some high humidity can be expected in Richards Bay today, a low of 16 and a high of 24. Pietermaritzburg between 11 and 26, while northeasterly winds of about 22 kilometers per hour will be blowing through Durban this morning, and temperatures ranging between 16 and 23. Mthatha 10 to 25, East London between 14 and 23. It'll be a cold start for the morning in Cradock, a low of 5 and a high of 13. Port Elizabeth 13 to 22. Some high humidity for George today, a low of 11 and a high of 22, while the lowest temperatures in the country today in Sutherland all the way down to 4 degrees and rising to a maximum of 25. Cape Town between 14 and 22, Worcester a low of 6 and a high of 29. There'll be plenty of sunshine in Springbok today, a low of 10 and a high of 33, and the highest temperatures in the country in Uppington starting at 17 and rising to a maximum of 35 degrees Celsius. That's the weather for the day throughout the country, but no matter what the weather in your part of the world, let's hope that you have a fabulous Friday.
It's already shaping up to be a fabulous Friday, a fabulous World Egg Day. Still struggling to wrap my head around this whole World Egg Day. Why we need a World Egg Day, but we love it, and it's very exciting, Kat. And of course, we're going to be cooking a lot with eggs. Are you an egg person? Do you like eggs?
Yes.
Your face says no, you don't like eggs. What's your favorite kind of egg? Do you like it scrambled, fried?
Scrambled.
Scrambled eggs.
Yes.
I'm open. So I got to ask you. It's a tough question. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Wow.
I know. This might as well be a philosophy class, okay? That's how deep we are going.
I think it's a chicken.
You think it's the chicken?
Yes.
But where did the chicken come from? It needs to come from an egg. But then where did the egg come from? Okay, it needs to come from a chicken. I don't know, it's impossible. It's impossible. I'm gonna have my coffee.
A taste loved by those who have tried it. McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso ahead of another jam-packed weekend of sport. It is upon us, apart from the Rugby World Cup fixtures that might or might not be happening. The Proteas, of course, and Bafana all in action this weekend. Bumper, indeed, the second edition of the Ultra Cup. What is the Ultra Cup? We will find out. Can Kaizer Chiefs claim the win over Mamelodi Sundowns this year? I'm feeling if ever there was a year to do it, they would do it. And then finally, we're going to take a look at the Pro 14, which is hotting up with a very strong Cheetahs outfit. The Kings looking a little bit better. They go head-to-head against Munster and Ulster, respectively. To take a look at all of these awesome fixtures, some of them a little bit meh, like the cricket's a bit meh. Jeremy Harris.
How do you even spell it?
Yeah. I say that because the Indians are looking really good. We're looking a little bit shaky. Not the best bowling performance at the moment. Let's put them in the picture. 273 for 3 India at the moment at stumps. We are yet to have a bat. Kagiso Rabada, the only one to kind of find a bit of an edge here or there with the 3 wickets that we've taken so far. But this Indian side, they look very strong.
Yeah, the Indians are the business, particularly in their own backyard. And I think we knew that. I think we knew going to play against India in India, sort of just ups the ante just a wee bit. And to get the kind of starts that they've had in both tests does put you on the back foot, and it's a very tricky start. The Indians know about, I'm going to put a lot of runs on the board, so it's going to be a massive, what we saw in that first test, 502 was the one score that they posted. So it's always, put you and the opposition on the back foot, make you put you under pressure.
And there was an edge to be found here or there, which makes the performance Argawal performed in the first and this, that much more impressive.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the wickets aren't available. They're still playing on a pitch where you can, if your quicks are able to get wickets. But, all of that being said, the batsmen still have to deliver. They've still got to be able to step up, and India are doing that. I imagine Faf, when he goes to India, going like, okay, we can do this. Already now, should we be talking about the Proteas losing this match? Because it feels like...
I don't know. I think that, we wrote them off after that first innings in the first test, and then, of course, they came storming back with really gutsy performances. And as you say, the trick is to, just as a batsman and as a batting side, just to knuckle down and to, play the ball as you see it. I think that, as you say, there's life in the track for the bowlers, but if you're a patient... class batsman, which we certainly got in abundance, even in the Proteas side.
There's 160.
Precisely. Quinton de Kock, Faf himself, lots of batting performances that are just waiting to be handed out.
So we wish them all well. As I said, 273 for 3. Faf, wherever you're listening, buddy, you've got this. Let's move on to a fixture that we've been waiting for, Bafana. We've been waiting for our new coach, Mr. Nseki, to take the reins. Obviously, 2 matches done away with, not for the right reasons, unfortunately, which we really do regret. But now it's back on. It's on, Dan, up against Mali with a host of international stars, most notably Mr. Percy Tau, coming fresh.
Exciting
Champions League duty.
Exciting to see him. And I mean, he played really well for Club Brugge in that particular game. But it's good to see him back, and good to see him honouring the national call-up. And yeah, exciting for for the first game for the new coach.
What does this match mean? We were joking, saying this is a must-win. Is it a must? Wait. How important is this match for Bafanas in their current life cycle? What we need for a new coach? How important is it for him to open his account with a win?
I think you've hit all of the hotkeys there. It will mean nothing if we lose, because it's not like we're going to be eliminated from a competition. But the fact is that he'd like to start his tenure on a winning note. Good confidence as he rebuilds and reshapes his team.
Obviously, Bongani Zungu's not there, but Matobi and Vala from Highlands Park getting a call-up. Any notable new names, any Bafana stars that we should be tracking?
Well, I mean, I like the look of the team. The one thing I'm disappointed about is Tamim Kizi not being able to play. He's got a bit of an injury. He's, I mean, the slightest built man that I know in a defensive back four, but really difficult to get past him. So I'm going to miss him in that back four. He has made his presence felt in the past. So I suppose he's certainly one to look out for.
Then please explain it. What is the Ultra Cup?
I think you're going to tell me.
What is the Ultra Cup? I just see a great derby. I see a great derby between Chiefs and Sundowns.
What a game. Can you pick a winner?
For the first time in a long time, no.
Yeah.
Chiefs having a stellar, the kind of year that you would expect from Kaizer Chiefs, the glamour side, let's be honest, taking on last year's champions. This is a great fixture this year.
I mean, I think that, as you say, we would have said Sundowns for the win, Sundowns for the win, just based on, on previous performances, but a really good Chiefs side who are going to ask questions of Sundowns, and I don't think they're going to have it their own way. I think it's going to be a really good encounter.
What does your heart say? Who's got it?
Sundowns.
Really? Nothing changes, eh? Nothing changes. Let's move on to further afield, Pro 14 rugby, and tip our hats to a Cheetahs side that went from strength to strength through the Currie Cup. They were playing at the end of the Currie Cup. It was almost unfair for the other teams because you got a sense, okay, this is a team that's geared up to play a long season. And Pro 14 is a long season.
Yeah.
It's a long year of rugby for this Cheetahs side, but they are playing superb rugby at the moment. What I don't want to say what a difference, because they've been building to this. It was all news last season, but they're up against Munster. What do you make of this Cheetahs outfit, man?
I like this Cheetahs team. I mean, firstly, I think that there's a little bit of added extra something in this particular game because it's Franco Smith's last game before he hands back to Havis, who's come back from...
What a difference he's made.
He's made a difference. Also, somebody who's made a difference is Ruan Pienaar. I mean, let's be honest, that's been such
Do you find that you often have to do like a double take when you... And like, I'm like, is that the I even went on to Google to look for a different Ruan Pinner, to see if there was another Ruan Pinner playing rugby. But he is superb, and he's got the kick.
He's got the kick, but what I like about the fact that he's obviously as experienced and knowledgeable and obviously still very strong and fit is that he just seems to have so much extra time. You know, when he makes his decisions and when he goes for the breaks and do I go on my own or can I bring somebody else in? Really, it's lovely to watch a player who's got that kind of...
He is class.
Who's reached that level.
Absolute class. And then just very, very quickly, are we going to see a better performance this year from the Southern Kings?
I think so. I mean, we've seen signs of it. I mean, they've lost, admittedly, but we've seen signs of it. And, you know, I think I was talking to one of the other, sporting guys just recently, and there's luck in sport, and it just hasn't gone their way yet.
The bounce of the ball.
Hopefully it will, you know, and
it's not a round ball in rugby. It can bounce any way. They, of course, take on Ulster this weekend. We're going to chat a little bit of rugby in a moment. Awesome stuff.
Well, here's to hoping that your team wins this weekend, but in case they don't, there's so much winning with Tropica. In fact, you can enter to star in Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao if you're looking for fame and fortune. And you could be selected as one of the 6 consumer contestants going to the island of Curacao in the Caribbean and, of course, being featured on this hit TV series. Plus, you then also stand a chance of winning a shared 1 million rand with a celebrity partner. Now, all you have to do is WhatsApp the keyword TIOT9 to 063-921-8395 for all the audition details. And also remember to buy Tropica for details on how you can stand a chance of winning hundreds and thousands of prizes. Now, who knows? It could be you winning with Tropica Island of Treasure. So WhatsApp that keyword. Once again, it's TIOT9. WhatsApp that to 063-921-8395 for all of the audition details. If you're looking for the terms and conditions and more information that applies, please find it on tropica.co.za. There's nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica. To enter for Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, buy any size and your favorite flavor of Tropica in fresh or long life. Find the unique code behind the label or the sticker. Then follow the entry details on the pack and you could win daily prizes of airtime, cash, LG Q60 smartphones, 55-inch LG UHD smart artificial intelligence digital TVs, steam dishwashers, Caribbean tan hampers, or guest watches. That's more than 100,000 prizes. Now, for your chance at competing in Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, record a video audition of yourself describing how you would outsmooth your competition on the island. Then load that video onto Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook with hashtag TIOT9 or WhatsApp the video to 063-921-8395. And it could be you winning a share of 1 million rand plus smooth fame and fortune while flying with KLM to the Caribbean for this season of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao.
Catch the repeat of Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, Saturday afternoon at 1 on SABC3. Great TV is more than just looking good on camera, so who will stand out as the top 7 contestants are given the task of researching and presenting their own feel-good story? Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, Wednesday evenings at 7:30, repeat Saturdays at 1, only on 3. The stage is yours, own it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yep, you know that funky beat means we're going to delve a little deeper into Tinseltown, into Mzansiwood, what's been making the news on the entertainment front. And Doobie had such an awesome day yesterday for World Mental Health Day.
Yeah.
We got to interview the most incredible people, some grappling with mental health issues, those working with children, working with organizations, just so inspiring.
Yeah.
And it almost feels like it's a day where the whole world kind of gets over themselves and unites around one thing. It's kind of a universal equalizer. Yeah,
that
loved
affects
it,
us
man.
all, man. And after his whirlwind, I think you can call it, tour of South Africa, Prince Harry and Ed Sheeran got together to do something pretty cool. Of course, you can imagine there was an outpouring of advocacy and awareness and support being shown for World Mental Health Day, which was commemorated yesterday. And so what they did is they posted a video that they filmed together on Instagram, and it featured Ed Sheeran kind of getting a beard trim, and while he was talking about his imminent meeting with the royals and how cool that would be, and then it cuts to a scene where they sit together to kind of discuss how they would have this public service announcement and how they'd bring it about. But then you quickly kind of realize they're not really on the same page. It gets kind of awkward but funny as well. Take a look at this video.
Oh, brilliant.
Well,
More people.
Well, I was about to say, because like someone with your skill set to be able to write lyrics and of a song to raise awareness, I think would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. People just don't understand what it's like for people like us.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Well, you know, like with the jokes and the snide comments, and you know, I just feel like it's time that we stood up and said, you know, we're not going to take this anymore. We are Ginger, and we're going to fight.
Okay, slightly awkward. This might maybe a miscommunication, but this is about World Mental Health Day.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I knew that. No, I definitely knew that. Yeah, definitely knew that.
So we're good?
Yeah, all good.
Guys, this World Mental Health Day, reach out, make sure that your friends, strangers, look out for anybody that might be suffering in silence. We're all in this together, all right?
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I love the little editing that they
Can we just give them both a high five?
delete.
That is brilliant. Who do you think came up with the idea, or do you think they both just knew? They both like looked at each other like, you know what we're gonna do?
I think Prince Harry and Ed Sheeran, I think they're mates.
It looks
They just don't publicize it, but I think they hang out on the weekends. And then it was one of those weekends they were watching football and they were like, we should totally do this.
We should do this, man.
Come on.
Come on.
Because you know... You know,
who do you think
they're talking
models
about it
their
anyway.
look on who? I don't know. But that was brilliant. You know, something like that's going to go viral. It's already probably linked around the world. So that's cool, man. Well done, James.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it just that it matters that we all gather ourselves and our minds around this, so to speak. It is something that affects every single one of us, and even if it doesn't affect you directly, you know somebody who might be going through a struggle. That good old saying that says be kind, because every person you meet might be going through a battle that you know nothing about. So.
No, completely, and most importantly, speak to someone if you have to. So congratulations to the Prince and the Prince of Pop as well for sending out a brilliant message, and you can continue, of course, tracking all of those international entertainment headlines right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Share with us some stories that have grabbed your attention, of course, ahead of a big weekend. It's a Friday, which means the box office is about to be set alight. Let's see who's got that coveted #1 spot.
Why so serious? Oh, it's time for the big scary Joker movie, of course, but did SA get it? The top 5's been a royal realm for the Lion King for 3 months, now 5th. Dora's a millionaire and the Lost City of Gold's 4th. To bet or not to bet, Abominable tumbles 2 in week 2 to 3rd. The stunning true story of stilettoed ladies sticking it to the man, Hustlers, is still 2nd. And Joaquin Phoenix is the heart, soul, and demented grin of bad guy biopic Joker opening 1st.
Sure, Mr. Phoenix with that Look as the taxi drives by. Crazy stuff. We got JP Sebastian in the house talking the latest movies. Are you surprised at also that Joker is at #1?
No, I mean, obviously there was so much hype about it, and I think a lot of people obviously were getting excited about the fact that some of these superhero movies need to put down the large-scale story thing.
Yeah.
After Logan, remember? Smaller stuff.
Yeah,
more artful. Maybe it's going to save, especially the DC universe after some bombs.
Aha, I see where you're going.
So
with that,
I think the smaller the better, and that's why they got Birds of Prey coming along as well. So that's like more focused on just Harley Quinn rather than we have to develop a whole conspiracy of the space alien coming and then this one on top of that one and too much kerfuffle.
Keep it nice and basic. All right, let's talk about the movies that are dropping this weekend. The Addams Family is coming out today.
Yeah, this goes way back for us. Yes. Oh, you remember the rap?
Yeah, of course.
They do what they want to do, say what they want to say.
The Addams Family. We were all up in there.
Yeah, now we're all just admitting that we bought the Space Jam OST and the Men in Black OST, and I could sing the whole Wild Wild West song for you.
Ain't no shame in that game, man.
We'll get to Will Smith later, though. So looking at the poster here, we've got Oscar Isaac from Star Wars. Bette Midler is the granny. Snoop Dogg is it down in the corner.
No way!
Pugsley Adams is Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. Wednesday Adams is Chloe Grace Moretz, and in the middle is Charlize Theron.
Lekker Charlize Theron, lekker, nog een.
Oh, where's she
Fantastic.
been?
She's been on Between Two Ferns. She was there in the...
Yeah, which looks hilarious. But this one, I think, obviously is more for the kids. Maybe there's something for the adults as well, especially since it's got a dark streak to it. So for those of you who don't know, the Addams Family are your next-door neighbor weirdos. They are into horror, they're into death, they're into, like, nothing that scares them. In fact, you know, Charlize Theron plays a character here named Morticia Addams. There's a little guillotine to wake the little girl up. So sometimes it's nice if stuff isn't all just like rainbows and fairies and stuff like that. Kids can have a little bit of woo. Kids can have a laugh at the macabre as well. So just so you know, it's comedic and it's woo as well as the summary goes. Charlize Theron, I'm happy to see. I suppose she's able to, like, she's game for anything that she's in. She puts it in totally, and I think they're really just retelling the old story. So the family moves in for the first time, gets to know the neighborhood, and they have to deal with the white picket fence people, including Alison Janey from I, Tonya, who you just saw walking in there. Nick Kroll, who's Uncle Fester. I think we all at least have an Uncle Fester. We all have that one weird uncle who shows up at the strangest of times, and then I don't know who voices the hand.
The strangest things as well.
Yes, so little one for the kids. I think maybe there's a bit of laughter for the adults too. Ain't seen it myself.
Yeah.
But this is old school. There were like, what, 3 of them back in the day? Where it was.
I mean, listen to what's playing right now. That is classic Snoop Doggy Dogg. What? So a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of ha-ha, a little bit of woo.
Spook Dog.
In the Addams Family. Cool stuff. The Goldfinch is the next one we're taking a look at.
Call it what you like. I know that the critics aren't calling it pretty good, actually, unfortunately. And look at this cast. It really should be good, right? We just spoke about Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things and also the Addams Family. I know all of you are obviously like gagging for season 4 right now. Ansel Elgort.
Ansel. It looked like Angel.
It's okay.
I need to wear my glasses.
From this distance. The gentleman from Baby Driver.
Yeah, of course.
And Sarah Paulson. Oaks Fagley's a little boy, and you've got Nicole Kidman. Oh, Jeffrey Wright. Why are we not giving more movies to Jeffrey Wright? Dude from Westworld, one of the best living actors we have, I promise you. But this story is based on a novel that was a New York Times bestseller. Bunch of people bought this, and probably the South Africans too really enjoy this. But the story sounds, and you were really interested about this when I spoke about this a couple of months ago already. That intrigued you, so that you've got this little boy, and his mother tries to interest him in the art world. And there's one particular painting, the Goldfinch, which is this delicate, beautiful, small piece of art that she adores. And while the two of them are taking this thing in, and terrorist attack goes off, and she dies. And the only thing the boy can think to do in his confusion, in the chaos, is to rescue this painting, which reminds him of his dear mother in a way, I suppose. I haven't read the book. But in a way, the painting is sort of like a proxy for this pain that he cannot solve, that he cannot patch. And actually falls into the life of crime then, of art thievery, maybe trying to resurrect his poor mum, poor kid. But lensed by Roger Deakins, who I spoke about on Tuesday already, who I've spoken about way too much, so good grief, every frame is a painting. Sorry, Tony Zhu, for stealing your line. And also, I've got to speak about what the critics are saying though is that there's a lot of story going on there and a lot of mechanics, especially when you are dealing with like those symbolisms and those proxies and those kinds of things, that it gets a bit too confused on itself.
You could get lost in it.
Yeah, and the writing does get a bit lost in the woods.
But then again, it's from a novel, so what else do you expect? It's supposed to be.
I'm sure it's not terrible. I'm sure it's not terrible at all. Yeah. Like things can't be silver platter for you every time. So maybe, you know, take 25% of your own brain as well as their 50% and leave the rest to mystery. No, look, I switch off my brain too, but yeah.
Okay. Maybe this will require 2 boxes of popcorn.
Extend a little olive branch to the goldfish.
Okay, good. And then Gemini Man. Oh wow, really? 2 bangs of the head on the table?
I should give it 4 since I only give it 4 out of 10.
Wow, it can't be that bad. Will Smith already kind of, I don't know, for me, he bombed a little bit in Aladdin. I didn't dig that.
I think he did his best. Obviously,
of course.
He's against Robin Williams there.
Let me rephrase. He didn't bomb. The movie bombed for me. He didn't bomb.
I've tried to be so diplomatic about that, but I tend to agree with you.
And then 2 weeks ago, I was at the movies and I saw the trailer to this, and I'm like, okay. Flex! Flex! But then, action scenes.
Do you just shout the word flex at screens? You're a strange boy.
He's flexing his muscle, man. He's doing the thing. But I can now see what you're talking about.
One of the most cheesy things in the world. Yes, what?
Weren't you talking about the fact that they're filming at a different frame rate?
Now, and cinemas will show this at 60 frames per second. It was shot at 120 frames per second. You've got the issue here then, is that even if your actors are John Wick level trained, if this was all Keanu Reeves fighting Keanu Reeves, you'd still see little issues and little mistakes and little missteps. So I wouldn't have a problem with that, like I just told our cameraman Steve, who always hangs off my ear about movies. If this was The Rock defusing a bomb with a strip of bacon, I'd be like, it's a movie, I don't care, I'm going to keep eating my popcorn. But if you're making something that's supposed to feel like a dead serious meditation about us killing our own futures or something like that, and on top of that you say that the dude is the best in the world, then if I see simple mistakes or simple idiocies and a character that doesn't seem to fit kind of espionage that we come to know from Jason Bourne or that we come to know from Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, these dudes are not that verbose in the dark underworld of hitmanship and all that kind of stuff. You don't even call it that, that's how much I know.
Google that phrase, by the way, if it is.
Just don't Google hitmanship. But the thing is, if you're filming at that higher frame rate, a punch, which is usually just 3 frames, ends up you see way too much data and it doesn't feel like it lands in the same way. A pistol draw looks like it takes an hour, and if I see the actor fumbling, you're going to notice immediately. So the technology is ambitious, but you needed to do something like, remember when The Matrix, they knew that they were going to be doing something new, then they did that bullet time, slow motion, 360 camera thing. Do something that is individual, idiosyncratic to your piece of cinema. Unfortunately, they just try to run in the mill with a bunch of resources.
Big Will! It's Big Will!
A double bill, Big Will.
Double bill of that as well. Okay, cool. Great stuff. That's what's releasing. And then a little bit later on, we'll be taking a look at the 2019 Cannes Palme d'Or winner, Parasite.
I'm going to try and politely stand for our cameraman to do this.
Stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. What are you doing?
Save big this week with Dion Wired. Get a laser TV projector and 80-inch TV screen bundle for $49,999. Upgrade your kitchen with a Smeg kettle for as little as $24,999. Impress with a silver Samsung side-by-side fridge for $19,999. Jam it up with a JBL Flip 5 for an incredible $1,999. And get a new 32-gig iPad for $55,999.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's a Friday morning and we're live, large and in charge on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new day. Now, We're talking tech right now, of course, that's what it means when you hear that song. And whether you're ready for it or not, Facebook, through its other child company, Instagram, has launched a whole new social experience called Threads that, instead of promoting massive reach to thousands of people, now focuses on developing connections with your closest friends. And here to explain to us why this is relevant, why it's necessary, and to unpack this exciting advent in social media, of course, our friend Brian Smith. Good to have you back, man.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
I was just talking to you right now about, like, do we need another one? Like, I'm still trying to digest TikTok.
No, I'm struggling to manage Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Twitter,
it's a full-time job.
Wow. Snapchat is still there as well with their cool filters. But what is exactly Threads, and how is it very different other than how I've just described it now?
So Threads from Instagram through Facebook is now, as you say, the newest social media network or social media service doing the rounds. And it's particularly interesting exactly how different this is. So what we've seen from Facebook is the idea of innovating through Instagram and developing features that sort of clone or mimic some of Snapchat's, for example, stories, filters, sharing, and then sort of regressing that back to the Facebook core app. So for example, now you can access stories directly from Facebook, as many people no doubt know. So Threads is somewhat of a different game, and essentially this is built around the idea of automatic sharing. So if you consider you log into Facebook, you create a status, an image, maybe upload a video, it's all quite calculated, you're choosing what to represent. Threads is more about the idea of automatic sharing, so you'll select a bunch of close friends. It's not really developed for the idea of sharing with the entire whole wide world, and automatically your smartphone will share things like your smartphone's battery life, your location, images you've taken, and deliberately and continuously share that to a bunch of close friends. So the idea is really around interfacing with each other's lives and developing really close personal connections.
Wow, that is absolutely, wow, okay, wow. So why do you think Facebook through Instagram would want to take this next level? Because it's almost like it's like a filtration system. You go from like the wide berth that is Facebook into the Instagram, now it's Threads. Well, why would they do that?
That's precisely the answer. So if you consider Facebook as continuous...
Gosh, even that guy doesn't agree with it. He just bangs like, I can't do this anymore!
Another one. So that's exactly, you've hit the nail on the head, is the idea of sort of filtering. So I think Facebook's more pivoting to the idea of Facebook, your sort of your graph, so to speak. So your sphere of influence will be your friends or your followers. Instagram is perhaps more for a personal brand, and then Threads is ideally more for sharing intimate and personal connections. And the idea really comes back to sort of harnessing some of the same features that we've seen on Snapchat. Facebook is kind of notorious for taking ideas from its competitors and making its own. Snapchat, other services like TikTok, which you mentioned just off air, are sort of heading in this direction, and Threads could be the experiment that sort of seeks to unravel and understand where social media will head next, and then what sort of features we'll see on the Facebook core platform, the core app, so to speak, in the next couple of months and years.
Quick question, have you read through the terms and conditions? So if I click yes, agree to all, is Facebook, or now Threads through Instagram by Facebook, now taking more of my information that is now personal to me, because now it's an immediate automatic sharing of every... Is that what they're doing now?
Absolutely. So all of Facebook's core apps, whether it be WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, now Threads, all share the same data and services. So it's always worthwhile to consider that whatever you upload essentially will be stored and analyzed, and then parts of that will be anonymized, so not necessarily your personal contactable information, but that is shared with advertisers. That again, which is the way you see ads deployed.
Yeah, because now it's really starting to build that profile of you now from every angle.
Absolutely, and the next step in sort of doing that is through Threads, the idea of continuous sharing, where instead of you manually updating parts of your life, your phone will continuously do that for you. So the benefit to you is sharing with your friends and family. The benefit to social media companies is having greater insight about who you are to show you more relevant ads.
Brian, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you very
Always
much.
good to have you here. Well, let us know. What do you think? Are you going to be a threader? Threader. Anyway, if you want to find out more information about all the latest news from the world of technology, go to bandwidthblog.com.
Get an insurance quote and stand a chance to win one of 6 Samsung S10 smartphones. Simply SMS the keyword INSURE to 30788 for a callback and a quote, and you could be a winner.
as I sit here wondering what the battery life of all of my friends is right now. Just imagine. We're going to delve a little bit deeper into all of the rugby, although 2 Rugby World Cup fixtures have been cancelled. Not moved, cancelled, which is very notable. Still a lot of action to keep us entertained throughout the weekend, and an opportunity to take stock, I think, at the moment of where we stand in the World Cup ahead of the quarters. Sports anchor Jeremy Harris joins us in studio again to talk about the 6 World Cup fixtures actually taking place over the next 3 days and share his predictions ahead of the quarterfinals, what they're going to look like, who's playing, likely to play who. Still a bit up in the air at the moment. I think the first box we tick is that we're comfortable that the Springboks are there, and they've done it well, and they seem to be peaking at the right time. Player selections, how are you feeling about the box?
No, I'm feeling very happy. I think, Rassie Erasmus and the boys will feel very confident as well. They've done exactly what they wanted to do, and that was get through the pool stages, qualify for the quarterfinals, and so partially the mission has been accomplished.
Where are Australia? They take on Georgia, which no mooks by any stretch of the imagination. They play with good structures. You can you always look at rugby with the minnows, so-called minnows, at the layers of how they play. Do they get the tight right? Do they get the possession game right? And Georgia plays some pretty good, some good-looking rugby at times as well. Obviously, you've got to give Australia the nod there. Are Australia contenders, though, for this World Cup?
Wow, good question. I'm not too sure if they will go all the way, but, they've ground out wins in the past, and they could do it again. They're certainly a good enough side. But I wouldn't put them in my top 4 ordinarily. But look, they've definitely qualified. Even without this game against Georgia, they're through to the quarterfinal stage. Will they go all the way? I'm not too sure.
It's a World Cup.
Yep.
Anything can happen, man.
Anything can happen.
I think a lot of us will be looking at Ireland as they take on Samoa, mainly to see the real Ireland. Will the real Ireland please stand up? Because obviously that's a very, very well publicised loss to a very good Japanese outfit. The hosts playing some fantastic rugby at the moment. What went wrong for Ireland? Can we say it was their B team, just a bad day? Were they beaten by the better side on the day? What are you expecting from Ireland against Samoa?
Well, I think they were beaten by 15 men plus 55,000 people in the stadium. It felt like that.
Which is great. Yeah, that's
absolutely
awesome.
I mean, I don't know if you heard the post-match interview in the stadium. It was deafening. They had to sort of wait for the crowd to subside a little bit. But I think that Ireland might have just underestimated them a wee bit, and Japan took advantage.
And they won't do that against Samoa.
No.
This is a team that was #1 in the world just a few weeks ago. Then we move on to 2 fixtures that won't be happening this weekend. What do you make? Obviously, Typhoon Hagibis is coming. Massive storm. Millions of people affected. Let's take nothing away from that, albeit with the rugby being one of the elements of that. What does this mean? Well, we're cancelling, not moving, cancelling games.
2 games have been cancelled, so it's England versus France, it's New Zealand versus Italy.
Would have been a cracker.
Two good games would have happened, and in fact, Italy particularly, they say they're gutted by the fact that whilst they know they wouldn't have been able to advance, to be able to play against the world #1 team is something you want to do.
And improve on what they showed against the Boks as well. It was a bit of a woeful performance.
So that for them is disappointment. But I mean, to go back to your point, you've got a Category 5 Super Typhoon about to make landfall on your island. I would run and hide far away. So I think that's exactly what the guys are saying. Get out of there and be safe.
What does this mean for Japan? We know probably the most anticipated game this weekend. They're up against Scotland.
Yes.
What can they really do? I think most people are asking. But if things don't go their way, if Scotland win, and now looking at the shift, could Japan not qualify?
Yes. Yes, I mean, that is the reality. If Scotland come away with a win, and particularly if they come away with a bonus point win, then it's all over for Japan. And I think that would be the biggest disaster, second maybe to that typhoon. It really is something that they are serious about, and they know they are going into the match of their lives on Sunday.
You would say Scotland are a better team, but where Japan is now, who's your favourite?
Well, I mean, again, we keep forgetting the fact that Japan is ranked higher than Scotland in the world rankings.
Crazy.
And again, people just go, oh, well, Japan, they're a non-contender, but they're a contender. So, Jamie Joseph's got a decent squad there, and he's going to put out a team that knows exactly what they've got to do.
He's got to love a Skachny, man.
He's got to love a Skachny.
He's got to love a Skachny. They're going to do it. So, just to reiterate, as it stands, Japan, Ireland topping Pool A, New Zealand, South Africa topping Pool B. We probably want to take on Japan, not the Wounded Beast that is Ireland. England and France, so sad that they won't be facing each other, but it looks like they're a shoo-in for the corners. And then Wales and Australia in Pool D.
Yeah.
So it looks like all is well in the world of rugby going into the quarters.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the irony is that the host nation is amongst 3 teams that could advance, which is pretty, tight with just 1 game left to play. So that's exciting for the weekend.
So despite the 2 cancellations, a couple of interesting fixtures to look out for. I think most notably we'll find out on Sunday morning whether that Japan-Scotland game will actually take place. It's scheduled for 1:45. Let's hope that it does, and of course send all of our positive energy and positive thoughts to Japan as that typhoon makes landfall. Take nothing away from them experiencing what is going to be a Category 5 hurricane. So send your thoughts.
Every day, brave young kids around our country fight their own private battle against cancer. To show them that other kids and families have got their back, a portion of the proceeds from every NutriKids product sold will go to secure the next Clover NutriKids Choc Home in Port Elizabeth. A support base where children undergoing treatment and their families are accommodated, supported and given a fighting chance against cancer.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Yes, it's your birthday. It's Friday. The 11th of October is your birthday. It's made it up especially for you. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And if it is your special day today, happy birthday to you. We've got some wishes to go through that have come through. Firstly, let's wish a very happy birthday to Viwe Mandaba, who has unlocked life stage 15. It says the message. May God keep blessing you with many more years to come. We love you. This is from all of your family. Viwe, happy birthday to you. Then we would like to wish our baby boy, Joshua, a happy first birthday. Look at Joshua, so cute. We cannot express the joy and happiness you bring to our lives, and we cannot even imagine life without you. Many blessings on this special day from Mommy and Daddy. We love you so very much. Very cute there. Happy 15th birthday to our beautiful son, Chad. Have a blessed day, and remember, we love you. All the best for the future. This is from your parents and your brother. Looking like a young, promising cricketer there. Chad, happy birthday to you. Then happy birthday, Casey. May you have a wonderful day. May all of your birthday wishes come true. Enjoy your very special day. We love you. This is from all of your family, Casey. A very happy birthday to a wonderful friend of mine, Natasha Caesar. I wish you all of the best in life. May you have a spontaneous day that is filled with love and laughter. Happy birthday, dear. This is from your friend, Lene. Happy birthday, Natasha. And then I'd like to wish Lizzie a 45th birthday. God has added another year on your lifespan. May he continue adding more precious years full of good health. Lots of love. This is from Barbara and Liz at the office as well. well. So happy 10th birthday is the next one to my precious son, Luandile. And may God bless you even more. Your mum loves you always. We have another special message here. A happy 37th birthday to my sister, Edwina Kruiwagen. May God richly bless you and keep you for many more years to come. Enjoy the day. We love you. This is from your husband, Tony, from your son, Noah, your sister, Alvina, your niece, Isaiah, and your mom, Patricia. Then, a happy 43rd birthday to my love, Jonathan. May God bless you with many more. I love you very much. This is from Janine, Jenica, Janisha, Evan, and Orizi. Enjoy your day, Jonathan. Happy birthday to my boy, Seth, who is 2 years old today. Oh, check that afro. May God's blessings favor your life. Love from Ma, Pa, and Jaden. And then also a happy and blessed 35th birthday to my sister, Itumeleng Mudise. Have yourself a wonderful day. We love you to the moon and back. This is from your younger sister, Tabiseng, and your beautiful girls, Ohlotse and Olerato Le Oriabete. So very many birthday wishes coming through there. And then we also happy birthday to Nana, who is celebrating her special day on Sunday. Part of our team here. Happy birthday. She's our timekeeper, so whenever we hear the beeping sound in our ear going, she's pressing some kind of clock to keep time, keep us all in check. And then also today, a very, very happy birthday to a very special lady in our lives, Mama Sinangkiza. Oh my goodness, we love you so much, Mama. How are you?
Thanks, and you?
Very good. Do you want to say hi to anybody at home? Look at the camera.
Hi. Today is my special day.
And?
I'm 53 years.
Yeah.
I'm so happy today.
Oh, we are so happy to have you in our lives. I love it so much. Mama Sina, very, very special to our lives. In fact, Mama Sina is the lady who's responsible for teaching our little Phoenix at home isiXhosa when she comes around. Very, very special day. She brings so much love to this studio. And so we conclude our birthday wishes, of course. Keep them coming through. Send them through to us to birthdays@express@cardova.tv. That's the email. And if you'd like to send through a video with a birthday song dedication, WhatsApp that through to us to 071-640-6551. And you know what? If it is your special day today, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mama Sinis. We absolutely love you. Let's delve into those headlines starting here in South Africa, where President Cyril Ramaphosa has said that while Finance Minister Tito Mbowene's economic policy paper proposed auctioning some coal power stations to raise funds, government does not intend to sell off new power stations, describing them as Eskom's crown jewels. The president was replying to questions in the National Council of Provinces yesterday afternoon, referring to the planned decommissioning of old power stations. He said the challenge of closing stations was complicated by socio-economic implications. Then the US Treasury has announced sanctions against the controversial Gupta family and an associate, Salim Essa. A statement issued yesterday reads that the Guptas and Essa have used their influence with prominent politicians and parties in South Africa to line their pockets with ill-gotten gains. The report says the US Treasury supports the anti-corruption efforts of South Africa's independent judiciary, law enforcement agencies and the ongoing judicial commissions of inquiry. The extraordinary work done by civil society activists, investigative journalists and whistleblowers for exposing the family's corruption is also commended. Then on the international front as well, Sudan have appointed a woman as the head of its judiciary yesterday for the first time in the history of the Arab Muslim country. The ruling Transitional Sovereignty Council has announced. Supreme Court Judge Nemat Abdullah Khair was nominated by the Judges Professional Association, which was part of a protest movement that helped oust veteran ruler Omar al-Bashir back in April. Taj El-Sir Ali, a former prosecutor and lawyer, was named as the public prosecutor. The two judicial officials will carry out their tasks in addressing corruption cases as well as other cases, the Sovereignty Council has announced. Then further afield, a powerful typhoon is churning towards Japan, grounding hundreds of flights, cancelling upcoming matches, of course, in the Rugby World Cup. Cup, as we've mentioned, and placing millions of residents squarely in its path. Some 5 million people living in low-lying areas may have to be evacuated in Tokyo and environs. 2 rugby internationals between New Zealand and Italy and the second between England and France have also been cancelled. As for the much-anticipated test between Japan and Scotland, scheduled for Sunday, the organisers said they would decide on Sunday morning whether to proceed with that encounter. And finally, a truly remarkable story. Trapped under an air conditioner for a month after Category 5 Hurricane Dorian raged through the Bahamas, a 1-year-old puppy was found alive after surviving off rainwater that fell in front of him. Florida-based Big Dog Ranch Rescue spotted the mixed-breed puppy, now named Miracle, understandably, via an infrared drone used to sense heat of survivors. His tail even wagged when he was offered a can of dog food while he was being rescued. Laurie Simmons, president and founder of Big Dog Ranch Rescue, said he is expected to make a full recovery. She said the dog's rescue in the face of such devastation of Hurricane Dorian adds new meaning to the words that there's hope for rebuilding and a new beginning. And on that very feel-good note is where we leave our news headlines. Let's delve a little deeper into the sport. Well, let's pick it up with the action on the field in rugby. New Zealand's Rugby World Cup match, of course, against Italy, and England's match against France, scheduled to take place tomorrow, has been called off due to that super typhoon Hagibis expected to hit Japan. Typhoon has been described as the biggest of the year, and it's predicted to wreak havoc in Tokyo and the surrounding areas. The cancelled matches mean that both teams are awarded 2 points as part of the 0-0 draw. New Zealand, France and England have all qualified for the quarterfinals, while Italy has been knocked out. Then on to tennis. World number 1 ranked Novak Djokovic eased past American John Isner 7-5, 6-3 to advance to the last 16, while the 20-time Grand Slam winner Roger Federer beat Belgium's David Goffin 7-6, 6-4 to advance to the quarterfinals in the Shanghai Masters. Federer, who last won the Shanghai title back in 2017, will face 5th seed Alexander Zverev, and Djokovic will now face 6th seed Stefanos Tsitsipas. Then on to motorsport. A big day for Brazil. MotoGP will now make its return to the country in 2022 at a brand new circuit to boot. The Rio Motor Park in Deodoro, on a 5-year deal. Construction, of course, on the track is expected to be completed in the preceding year, in 2021. Rio de Janeiro previously hosted a Brazilian Grand Prix at the Jacarapaguá track from 1995 to 2004. The new circuit, however, will be 4.5 kilometers in distance and have 13 beautiful corners. And then throwing forward to the Rugby World Cup action that still is on the roster, we've got a Pool D clash between Australia, who have qualified, and Georgia, taking place at the Shizuoka Stadium in Ikopa at 12:15 this afternoon. And we'll touch on those stories again in a half hour or so.
Well, let's take a look at what's happening on the roads right now. In KwaZulu-Natal in Durban, there's been an accident on the N2 southbound after KwaMashu. No lanes are obstructed, but delays can be expected in the area, so please do approach with caution. Taking a look at the Western Cape and Delft in the south, on the N2 outbound, there's a stationary vehicle after the R300 obstructing the emergency lane, so please do keep a lookout for this. Let's take a look at the Metro Rail Central Line. There has been vandalism between Bonteheuwel and Nyanga, impacting Chris Hani and Kapteinsklip train services. Kapteinsklip and Chris Hani trains are temporarily suspended, and commuters are advised to make use of an alternative mode of transport between Cape Town and Kapteinsklip or Chris Hani. So please do look out for that and make your plans accordingly. Right now, though, let's take a look at the weather. Right into those sunrise pictures you've sent us, thanks to Steve Martins, who sent us a sunrise picture from Muizenberg, where sunny and partly cloudy conditions can be expected, with a southeasterly breeze and temperatures reaching a maximum of 20 degrees throughout today. Henry van Wyk sent us this sunrise picture from Herberdine in KZN, where mainly sunny conditions can be expected, with pleasant and warmer temperatures reaching a maximum of 22 degrees. Thank you so much. Keep those pictures coming. We love sharing them with everyone at the start of a brand new day. And now look at those temperatures temperatures in Polokwane, a low of 10 and a high of 23. Partly cloudy conditions in Mbombela and 11 to 25. Pretoria between 12 and 25. In Johannesburg, a low of 12 and a high of 24. Northeasterly winds of about 24 kilometers per hour blowing through Mahikeng today, a low of 14 and a high of 28. Klerksdorp, 13 to 29. Kimberley, 16 and 31. Bloemfontein, a low of 12 and a high of 28. There'll be high humidity for the day in Richards Bay and a low of 16 and a high of 24. Pietermaritzburg between 11 and 26. A northeasterly wind of 22 kilometers per hour can be expected to blow through Durban today. 16 to 23 your temperatures will range. In Mthatha, a low of 10 and a high of 25, those sunny conditions. In East London, 14 to 23, but it'll be a cold start for the morning in Craddock, a low of 5 rising to a high of 30. In Port Elizabeth, temperatures ranging between 13 and 22. High humidity for the day in George, a low of 11 and a high of 22. The lowest temperatures in the country today in Sutherland, a low cold 4 degrees Celsius rising to 25. Cape Town between 14 and 22. Worcester, a low of 6 and a high of 29. There'll be plenty of sunshine for Springbok and temperatures ranging between 10 and 33. And the highest temperatures in the country in Uppington, a low of 17 and a high of 35. So that's what you can expect the weather to look like throughout the day. But no matter what it looks like in your part of the country, here's to hoping you have a fantastic Friday.
So, Formula One returns this weekend for the 17th race of what has been a very exciting year. It'll take place at the historic Suzuka circuit. The Japanese Grand Prix is one of the most anticipated races on the F1 calendar, not just this year, any year. 5.8 kilometers of awesomeness, very challenging for the drivers. Nice sweeping curves, high-speed corners. We love that. And the exciting part, of course, that the cars are on full throttle for about 70% of the time. That is awesome. It's going to make for a thrilling race. Here to help us preview and also give us a bit of a recap of where we are in the season so far ahead of this Japanese Grand Prix. Please welcome our motoring journalist, Charlin Rayman. Charlin, welcome, buddy.
Morning.
So much of what I said there makes me very excited about this particular track. This is at Suzuka International Raceway. Why is this one of the most challenging? I know I've kind of glossed over a few elements there, but why is this such a thrilling racetrack?
Well, Graham, over the last couple of years, the championship has been decided there on numerous occasions. And also, the legendary status that comes with the track is almost without peer. We've had Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost having epic battles there. We've had Kimi Räikkönen overtake Giancarlo Fisichella on the very last lap to secure victory in 2005. You've had Michael Schumacher taking his 6th victory there in 2004. It's a racetrack with so much history.
That's got gravitas, as we say.
A lot of them.
Who's won the most Japanese Grand Prix?
Michael Schumacher with 6 victories. His last one came in 2004. Interestingly, though, 2004 was also the last year that Ferrari won there with Schumacher. So it's 15 years since Ferrari last won in Japan.
Do you know what Hamilton's on in Japan?
5 victories.
Ooh.
So Hamilton might...
So once again, history might be made at this iconic track. I love that. How does this play out then? Are we going to see another win for Ferrari as he rubs his hands, being a very fast track that might play into Ferrari's hands, but with some very interesting corners that's going to play into the Mercedes hands? How do we feel about this race?
Well, I think last year Hamilton and Bottas took a 1-2 victory for Mercedes. So if we go on last year's statistics, Mercedes will be the team to maybe take victory again. But
spice it up, man. Come on.
But after the summer break, Ferrari came back and they were the strongest team. The only reason why Mercedes won in Russia a few weeks ago was because Ferrari lacked the strategic wherewithal. They messed it up heavily. So
just say it.
So Ferrari might be in the pouncing seat again this weekend with Leclerc being the lead driver, but
you've added even more spice.
But it's going to all depend on the pit crew, Ferrari's pit crew, whether or not they can support the team, the driver and the car to actually get the victory. And if they don't, Mercedes with Hamilton will be there to get victory again.
Get his 6th victory on the track. Is Leclerc Ferrari's #1 driver now?
Yes.
Yes.
He should be. He should be.
I don't want to should be. Is he? Is he?
In my opinion, yes, he is. Vettel got a lucky break in Singapore a few weeks ago. Plain and simple. Leclerc was the informed driver. He is the informed Ferrari driver. Even Hamilton said Leclerc is the future. And if Hamilton, a five-time champion...
Talk, man. He's just getting under the skin there.
Yeah, maybe, but we can't deny that Leclerc is currently probably the best Ferrari driver we've had the last couple of years.
And fantastic to see such a young driver as well achieving this. Very Vettel-esque, actually, in the way that he's announced his arrival on the scene. Just very quickly, do you see anyone catching Hamilton, anyone catching Mercedes?
Mercedes will win this year's championship. Hamilton, there's no one to take him on. If he should win this weekend, everyone is out of title contention.
So
except
again,
for
the
Bottas.
season could be decided. Yeah, okay, well, bar his own guy. Well, you've lit a few fires there. I think a lot of people are going to be watching Leclerc, but Ferrari do have an opportunity to do it. The track does lend itself to a fast car, and the Ferraris have they've got probably the fastest car. Do they have the best drivers? We shall wait and see. Do they have the best pit crew? We shall wait and see. And how will the weather play a part as well? We know some crazy weather headed to Japan. Very, very interesting. It's going to make for a very interesting race. Buddy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You can go add some more spice to the world of Formula One as we take the quickest breaks. We'll see you in a moment.
Stream Fireplace.
Dion Wired, where humans go for technology.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. We're live, large and in charge. It's a Friday morning and it's so good to be in your company. Thanks for joining us as we head on into the weekend. Maybe you're making plans to go and check out a movie or two. Well, we got the man for the job to give you the best kind of reviews and advice on what to go and check out. And he said to me, when we went into the ad break, from the last kind of movie review, he said, this is a masterpiece. Like, get out all... Just lay out the couch, be comfortable. This is called Parasite, all right?
Yes,
Looking at this poster, I'm not exactly feeling masterpiecey, but perhaps you can paint the picture for me.
It looks artful enough, doesn't it? It looks like a clever magazine inside, which is for good reason. First thing people will notice, obviously, is the fancy frond at the top there, the Palme d'Or, which is the most important award at the Cannes Film Festival.
Yes.
The reason the movie got, it was like an 8-minute standing ovation at the awards.
Oh, my goodness.
So it won this year.
Yeah.
And good grief, South Africa, we're lucky enough to get to see it. Usually, like, these small things don't make it to our shores, but I'm so glad that we get it. Just, by the way, when you see these Cannes leaves and whatever, not everything is, like, too snobbish, and not everything is like, oh, some nun has to travel across Poland in black and white, and you have to get all meditative and deep and stuff. And yes, those movies are great, and sometimes they're too draggy for people, whatever, but this movie has laughter, it has danger, it has blood in its veins, it's got everything. So, like, it's not like an exclusive club, you know, it's not for a certain cinema-type nerd. I think anyone really should try and enjoy this.
What are we about to see?
I'll tell you what, I'll show you a bit about behind the scenes a bit later, but I'll flesh out the story for you a bit more. We've spoken about this twice now in the past couple of months, just with trailers coming up and all that kind of stuff. So you've got the story of, set in present day, no sci-fi or anything like that, two families. And one is desperately poor, living at the margins of society, and the in-between jobs and everything like that. Like, actually, yes, the good first point about this movie is people stupidly think that it's impossible to be too poor to get a job. And it makes clear that, like, they're all... I'm getting ahead of myself, but there are all these barriers to trying to make it in the world, and you get this across in the movie. But they see their opening in connecting with, as you're seeing now, the young man of the poor family go into a house of the super rich in South Korea. And in there, he weasels in and lies that he's got a university degree to become the tutor to the rich daughter for the English language.
Okay.
And so gradually, each family member in this poor family thinks, hey, let's hustle, but let's muscle in. So you're looking at the old housekeeper there in the scene now, and she gets switched out with the mother of the poor family because they sabotage her job. Then they sabotage the driver's job, the chauffeur.
To get the dad in there.
To get the dad. And then the daughter for the son to get an arts therapy teacher, and none of them know anything about these skills that they're in, but they're all trying to, like...
They manage to fake it till they make it, kind of thing.
Absolutely, trickle their way up. And that's about as much as I want to tell you. What is so incredible, despite that sounding like a pretty, like, by-the-numbers, simple enough story, how do you microcosmically, the way this director, Bong Joon-ho, did, situate the entirety of an analogy for capitalism inside one house? It blows my mind to write something as fine and as delicate and as clever as this.
In an hour and a half?
And I think it's 2:12 or something thereabouts. Okay. And no second feels wasted. So some of the reason that is because I cannot tell you that this movie is a comedy. I cannot tell you that this movie is a thriller. I cannot tell you that this movie is a horror or drama or anything like that.
Well, in your description sounds completely insidious. Nothing ha-ha about it.
It disobeys every genre that you'd think. And, like, if I compare someone, another great director, say Martin Scorsese, for example, we're so delighted sometimes when we see scenes where you can bank two tonal sort of feelings inside your body. Like, yes, sometimes life is ha-ha, sometimes life is sad. Someone will, spit on you at your wedding, and someone will tell a joke on their deathbed kind of thing. But in Bong Joon-ho's movies, and he's just getting sharper and sharper at it every time he does. Last thing that you might have seen was Okja that he did. He also did...
that was good.
With the little piggy? Yeah,
yes,
the gigantic piggy.
Massive gigantic piggy. That was a good theme.
Again, the metaphors of inequality and environmentalism. And Snowpiercer, again, the poor versus the rich, class warfare. Man. The dude is on point about those points. So emotionally, man, this movie catches you off guard. When there's one scene where I'm like in hysterics about the brutality of something, not because violence is funny, it's just macabre the way it hits you in the face. And within the same minute, I burst into tears, and I can't tell you how that happened because the writing is that ingenious. So whereas, like I was saying, Scorsese might bank two tones like this next to each other, Bong Joon-ho's like, nah, I'm going to do this, and then also your body's not going to know when that is happening, these two sort of feelings. Okay. It's incredible.
You got to get us into the scene that we're about to see right now quickly.
So it's a little featurette. We've got the director Bong Joon-ho, and we've got some of the actors talking about how they develop these disparities between the rich house and the poor house, and also just the privilege of working with what is now the greatest director we have living on earth.
Roll cam.
약간 공간에 한 처음 찍을 때 좀 눌렸던 것 같아요. 군더더기가 없고 크고 반듯한 집, 결제된 컬러하고 그다음에 건축 자재.
다른 영화보다 또 클로즈업이 제일 많은 영화가 아닐까. 이렇게 배우들의 얼굴이 되게 중요한 영화라서.
렌즈를 선택하거나 조명을 할 때도 그런 부분을 아주 세심하게 신경을 많이 쓴 것으로 알고 있어요.
해가 안 들고 이제 그 밤에 특히 이제 형광등의 그 그린색이라든가 좀 칙칙한 쪽이고 부잣집은 되게 고급스러운 라이팅에 옐로우 빛이 도는.
매번 이렇게 놀라움을 주는 감독이 아닐까.
100% 감독님에 대한 신뢰가 있었기 때문에 감독님을 따라간 것 같아요. 가이드 봉준호의 패키지 여행이다.
지금까지 봐온 어떤 영화와도 비교할 수 없는 새로움 그리고 독창성.
다양한 인간 군상들이 나오는 여러 가지 생각을 하게 하는 가족 영화인 것 같아요.
편안한 마음으로 오시고 끝나고 술 한잔 하시면서 이런 얘기 저런 얘기 많이 나누실 수 있는 그런 영화인 것 같아요.
그냥 보고 나서 뭐 오만 생각이 다 드는 영화였으면 좋겠어요.
Wow. Certainly very, very interesting content indeed. And it's really struck a chord with you on another level. I've never seen you so emotionally invested.
So like I said, it's not all like, you know, arty-farty type thing. There were times when I'm throwing my hands at the screen and grabbing my face, like my body was in it as well.
Dare I ask the question, how many popcorns?
Dare I tell you, man, poor Lena, our producer, I asked her to make a 12 out of 10 graphic, but all I can give it is 10 out of 10.
Oh my word, is this the first?
This year, probably, yeah.
This is the first, unbelievable. Oh, let the confetti rain down.
Maybe the other thing was Us by Jordan Peele, and this was very similar in a way. But I also asked you, Lena, I said 3 minutes because I'm going to do this now. I'm just going to repeat the word masterpiece, 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 masterpiece. You try and cut to a break.
While he does that, we're going to go to a break. Check out the movie, let us know what you think about it. We'll be back.
Please go watch it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're live, large and in charge on this Friday morning. It's so good to be in your company today. And today's a very special day. In case you didn't know it, it's World Egg Day. And we're celebrating with the South African Poultry Association and a familiar face that's finally back in our studios, Women's Health Managing and Food Editor, Emmy Hopkins in the studio. Here to chat to us about all things eggs and why they play such an important role in our lives and nutrition. Great to have you back.
Thank you. So lovely to be here on a Friday morning. It is a beautiful morning in Cape Town.
Absolutely.
So, yes, and I love eggs, and I'm really excited to talk about eggs this morning.
Have you figured out which one came first?
You got to get me with that question, you know, first up.
Curveball. We'll discuss that later. But World Egg Day. Okay.
So it actually wasn't that long ago that they decided to come up with World Egg Day. It was 1996 in Vienna, and it was the International Egg Commission. They were like, how do we spread the information about the health benefits of eggs? Let's create World Egg Day.
Firstly, there's an International Egg Commission.
Exactly.
Wow.
I know, who knew, right? And we have a South African Poultry Association, and they are the ones that make sure that we have high quality egg standards and that we produce really great quality eggs in South Africa. And so it was in 1996 that they decided every second Friday in October. So it's the this Friday today, and we're celebrating the beautiful egg.
Absolutely. And also one of the most versatile foods one could find in baking, in cooking on its own. It's absolutely fantastic. Very versatile.
So versatile not only because of its function, so in baking it's used to bind ingredients together, but also you can have, I mean, I love just a boiled egg. It's a great healthy snack for me. It's great protein recovery. So eggs are super versatile in the way ways that you can cook them and using them. So obviously, let's think about it. We've got scrambled eggs, omelets, we've got our boiled eggs, we've got our frittatas, we've got any of our baked cakes and goods. You know, so we've just got
Poached
so many
eggs.
poached eggs. Oh my word, love a poached egg.
You could even have them raw if they're fresh enough. If you want to
You
be
can
like
actually
Rocky
put
Balboa,
that into
like
a smoothie even. Absolutely, you can. And
Sunny side up.
Yeah, fried
Over
eggs.
easy. So many different ways.
So many ways.
Enjoy them.
I mean, literally, you could. That's why they say, like, how do you like your eggs? You can have them so many different ways.
Absolutely.
So I love boiled eggs. I love poached eggs. These are both very clean ways to have your eggs. Obviously, very healthy. And for me, having a boiled egg on the go is just a super, super easy snack to have. So it's really great for recovery. It's a very high quality protein, has all the amino acids that you need, plus loads of other nutrients, things like zinc, vitamin B. You know, you've got all your, like, some of them are even enriched with extra omegas.
And we spoke the other day about the importance of vitamin Bs in our bodies and how they help the functioning of our entire nervous system.
Absolutely.
So you need your whole body to work.
Totally.
Get some egg in there.
And one of the very important things that it has is vitamin D as well. Vitamin D, we all know we get this from the sun.
Yes.
But you only find it in certain foods. Exactly. And eggs actually have vitamin D as well. Incredible. And it's something that we really need. Our bodies need it to obviously improve mood, brain function. So it's really essential for us to get good quality vitamin D.
So I guess the next question then is, when can we start consuming eggs, especially if you're a parent and you're looking to introduce it into your child's diet? What's the earliest age that you can do that?
So the scientists say that you can start from 6 months already, which seems quite early, but actually that's you know, a little bit of scrambled eggies, you know.
Maybe like the first superfood you introduce to your child.
It is a superfood.
If you're breastfeeding, that's already superfood, and now you get the eggs in there, now it's double superpower.
Why it's so great is because it's got everything, all those packed nutrients to basically grow, you know, a baby chicken, really.
Yes.
But it's got everything that you need, a little bit of something that we need for all of our body functioning, brain health, and it helps us grow as well. Obviously, all those proteins, they're the building blocks of growth and recovery for us, so they're the perfect food to add into your diet. Have a lot of them. Actually, in fact, studies show that you can have up to 3 eggs every day, and it's not a concern for cholesterol. They haven't been able to really show that cholesterol in the diet actually increases bad cholesterol in the blood. So you can have up to 3 eggs a day. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And
besides,
it
I
actually
think
raises your good cholesterol.
Yeah.
So when you look at your 2 cholesterols,
HDL
you've got
versus LDL.
100%.
Yeah.
So,
and in fact, if you're doing moderate exercise, taking your general walk throughout the day, that should kind of counterbalance it anyway.
well, the whole thing is it's a whole healthy cycle, right? So
Yes.
having the protein also helps keeps you feeling fuller for longer.
Yes.
So having increased protein in your diet also helps with things like weight management or weight loss, and obviously helps with muscle repair and muscle recovery if you are exercising a lot.
So we've got the International Egg Board. I'm not sure what you called it earlier on.
the International Egg Commission.
Egg Commission?
Yes,
Egg
and
Commission?
the South African Poultry Association.
Yes, we're not joking about. What about... what about Egg Day?
You had to.
Come on. Cracking me up here. What about Egg Day in South Africa? How does it all relate down?
So basically, the South African Poultry Association, they are obviously huge sponsors and fans of Egg Day in South Africa and promoting the high quality of eggs that we have. They're also the board that ensures that we as South Africans get to receive really good, high quality, healthy, fresh eggs. And yeah, that's basically their role, right? Is to make sure that the quality standards are high and that we have incredible local produce.
Excellent. And they're looking right, beautiful and
They
healthy.
look gorgeous, exactly.
And thanks very much for this educational lesson in all things eggs. And I hope that encourages you to start getting more of these good things into your body. But a bit later on in the kitchen, we'll be making some egg-cylindred dishes.
Oh, God.
After that exceptional interview, let's broach our local headlines once again. President Cyril Ramaphosa has said that while Finance Minister Tito Mbowene's economic policy paper proposed auctioning some coal power stations to raise funds, government does not intend to sell off new power stations, describing them as Eskom's crown jewels. Then the US Treasury has announced sanctions against the controversial Gupta family, and an associate, Salim Essa, said yesterday that the Guptas and Essa have used their influence with prominent politicians and parties in South Africa to line their pockets with ill-gotten gains. Then a little further afield, Sudan appointed a woman as the head of its judiciary yesterday for the first time in the history of the Arab Muslim country, thus according to the ruling Transitional Sovereignty Council. And then a powerful typhoon is churning towards Japan as we speak, grounding hundreds of flights, cancelling upcoming matches in the Rugby World Cup and placing millions of residents squarely in its path. 2 rugby internationals have been cancelled. And finally, South Africa boasts 3 of the 10 wealthiest cities in Africa. That's according to the 2019 Africa Wealth Report by the New World Wealth and Afrasia Bank. Johannesburg is the wealthiest city in Africa, with most of its wealth concentrated in Sandton, home of the JSE and other head offices of most of Africa's large banks and corporates. Then Cape Town comes in second with its exclusive suburbs such as Clifton, Bishop's Court, Camps Bay and Bantry Bay. In 5th place is Durban, including, of course, Umhlanga, one of the fastest growing areas in South Africa in terms of wealth growth over the past 10 years. And in the mix there, Cairo, home to more billionaires than any other African city, is in 3rd place, with Lagos in Nigeria, of course, in 4th place. That's where we leave our news headlines for now. We'll expand on them one more time in about half an hour. Expanding on one of those major stories touching on sport as well. New Zealand's Rugby World Cup match against Italy and England's match against France, both scheduled to take place tomorrow, have been cancelled due to that super typhoon Hagibis expected to hit Japan. In tennis, world number 1 Novak Djokovic eased past American John Isner 7-5, 6-3 to advance to the last 16, while the 20-time Grand Slam winner Roger Federer beat Belgium's David Goffin 7-6, 6-4 to advance to the quarterfinals in the Shanghai Masters. And in motorsport, MotoGP will now make its return to Brazil. That's in 2022 at the brand new circuit, the Rio Motor Park in Deodoro, on a 5-year deal. Construction on the track is expected to be completed in 2021. And then a bit more immediately, Rugby World Cup action will continue today with the Pool D clash between Australia, who have already qualified, and Georgia. That takes place at the Shizuoka Stadium in Ikopa. It'll kick off at 12:15 this afternoon. We'll touch on those stories, expand on those stories again in a half hour.
Thank you very much, Chima. Let's take a first look from Uncle Tabsy, but it's a look at your roads this morning. Gauteng out in Randpark Ridge. There has been an accident that's on Beyers Naudé Drive and Northumberland Avenue, and delays can be expected. Heavy delays at that. That's on Beyers Naudé coming from Honeydew. If you're in the Western Cape, Pardon Eland on the R27 southbound, there has been an accident. That's before Vrystraat Road, obstructing one lane, so please approach with caution. If you're rushing off to the trains, there is an extended travel time that's of 20 to 30 minutes. That's on the Strand and Mildersvlei line. It's due to re-signalling between Foray and Este River, and of course infrastructure problems between Woodstock and Cape Town. Thornton and Elsie's River as well as sets out of service. Take it easy on the roads. That's where we leave it for now. The next report will be in just over half an hour. We've asked you to send in your stunning sunrise pictures. Thank you so much for heeding that call. KC War Hunter sent us her sunrise picture from Balito, KZN, where an abundance of sunshine can be expected with pleasant and warmer temperatures, reaching a maximum of 22 degrees. We also got one from Taryn Hendricks. How beautiful, sent her sunrise picture from Newlands in Cape Town, where sunny to partly cloudy conditions can be expected with a southeasterly breeze, reaching a beautiful max of 22 degrees. You still have a chance to send your pictures through to us on our Facebook page. It's Expresso Morning Show SABC3. And now we take a look at those temperatures across the country. Starting off in Polokwane, a low of 10, reaching a high of 23 today. With Mbombela kick-starting off at 11, that's your low, reaching a high of 25. If you're out in the capital city, Pretoria 12, that's your low, reaching a maximum of 25 degrees. With Johannesburg starting off at 12 and peaking at 24 degrees. A northeasterly wind traveling at 24 kilometers per hour is expected out in Mahikeng, 14, that's your low, reaching a high of 28. With Klerksdorp starting off at 13 with a high of 29. Kimberley, your low today, 16, reaching highs of 31 degrees. Sunny, Bloemfontein starts off at 12, peaks at 28 degrees. If you're out in Richards Bay, you can expect that high humidity, and of course your temperature 16, reaching a high of 24. With Pietermaritzburg, sunny today, 11, that's your low, reaching a high of 26. Durban, expect that northeasterly wind traveling at 22 kilometers kilometers per hour. Your temperatures 16 and 23. Mthatha 10, reaching highs of 25, with East London starting off at 14 with a maximum of 23 degrees. A really cold start to the morning for Craddock today, 5, that's your low, reaching a high of 30, with Port Elizabeth starting at 13, peaking at 22 degrees. If you're out in George, expect that high humidity and your temperatures 11 and 22, with the lowest temperatures in the country. Sutherland 4, that's your low, reaching a high of 25. The mother city, Cape Town 14, reaching a max of 22. If you're out in Worcester, your low today 6, reaching a high of 29, and plenty of sunshine expected for Springbok today, 10, that's your low, reaching highs of 33. And the highest temperatures in the country, that's for you, Uppington, 17, that's your low, and your high is 35 degrees. It seems pretty decent in most parts of the country, but no matter the weather in your part of the country, make it a feel-good type of day.
Ooh, we're in the kitchen, and you know there's a whole bunch of deliciousness about to go down. We're celebrating World Egg Day in the Expresso kitchen with the SA Poultry Association. Of course, Amy Hopkins, managing and food editor of Women's Health. And Amy's going to show us how to make her favorite egg dishes. I've got to say, I'm so excited.
Oh, boy.
And I just can't hide it. Wait for this one. Wait. Shall we begin?
Oh, no!
No! Stop. It's terrible. I'm excited.
I love it, though. I love it. I love it. I'm such a sucker for a pun. That's great.
The fact that there is something called World Egg Day is enough to go on already.
No, totally.
But this is very cool. You've got a lot of beautiful toppings and mixes that you're going to be using to make mini frittatas, the result of which looks beautiful and is also very nutritious.
Why I love a dish like this is because it's really easy to have these little guys on the go. So you make a batch of these on like your Sunday night, for example, and they're ready for your Monday, Tuesday mornings. It's really great if you happen to be like a busy work woman like myself. Also really great to put into kids' lunch boxes.
Yes.
You know, so, and there are so many different little toppings that you can put with each one. So what we're doing is we're making 6 variations. And as you can see here, we've got our little various toppings that we're going to add. All nice, healthy, extra nutrients, veggies, greens, tomatoes, vitamin C, you know. So it's like a whole little packaged meal. And obviously the protein from the eggs, so nice and filling as well because
Amy,
of that protein.
You're turning our little ones into foodies, eh? Imagine your little one just like rocking up to
How fancy!
to first break with us. Anyone for a frittata? Yes?
Exactly,
yes?
exactly. Super fancy.
Great way to share.
So
Okay,
I'm going to
cool.
just start whisking these eggs while we talk.
Good
so
stuff.
basically, as you can see over here, we've got a 6-hole muffin tray, so you can just use something like that.
So
and then
I think there were about 6 eggs in there, so one for each, if you will.
6 extra large eggs, or even jumbo if you'd like a little bit more. And then what you can do is you can add water if you like, or you can add a little bit of milk, which you're going to add, or even if you want to do rice milk, for example, if you're looking for something that's a non-dairy option.
Okay.
But basically milk, water, or like your soy milk or rice milk is perfect to add in. So just kind of whisk that up. It just loosens everything up a little bit. And
I always wonder who buys the small eggs at the shops. Like I'm always getting the extra large ones. Who buys the small stuff? What do you do with it? Just kidding. All right, so you're going to whisk it up quite nicely over there.
So it's already really whisked, so that's quite nice and easy. And then I'm just going to transfer it to the jug, so it's easy to pour into the little holders.
While you do that, you said that you're going to tell me how to tell if an egg is fresh or not.
Yes.
And I said, I know a way.
Okay,
And
we'll see
if they level
if
up,
it's the
right?
same way.
Okay, so mine is the tongue test.
Oh.
Is yours a tongue test?
No.
So if you take an egg, and somebody told me this, and I've tried it before and it works, but you put your tongue on the one side of the egg and then the other, and they should be different in temperature. One side should be cold and the other should be warm.
That is
and if that's the
weird.
case, it means the egg is fresh. And if
Okay.
it isn't, if they are the same temperature, it's rotten.
No.
I promise you, I've tried it every single time, and I've actually.
But you see, now the problem with that theory is how good are you at testing the temperature difference. So you're really relying on yourself as the temperature tester. My theory is much more easy.
Try it. It's markedly different. So one side, so with your tongue and your lips.
He's making me kiss an egg.
I'm not making you kiss an egg. So that's side, okay? and then go to the other side. Other side.
No, I don't know, they're the same.
You're kidding me.
So wait, let me tell you about mine.
Okay.
So mine is you take a glass of water.
Yes.
And if an egg floats, it's got too much oxygen that's interacted through inside, so that means
Rotten.
it's off. If the egg sinks to the bottom, it's still nice and fresh.
Yes.
So that is it doesn't require human kissing, tasting, temperature
Guys, sometimes
checking.
you've got to get involved in your food, eh?
So my kiss egg is that one, just so you know.
Okay, cool. So you've got that now.
So what we're going to do here is just pour our egg into the different little trays.
Okay.
And obviously, like I said, this is great. You can just keep them in the fridge for the next couple days.
Yeah.
Pack them with the different toppings and just put them in the oven, 180 degrees for about 10 minutes or so. Should be fine. Just keep an eye on them, you know.
SMS the keyword egg to 33728. We'll send you the list of ingredients as well as a link to the recipe. So what do you got there?
So for the first one, this is courgette or baby marrow.
Have you drained the water out of it after you sliced it?
It's always good to do that. Just, you can just put it in a colander and let the water sip out, or you can just hold it in like a paper towel. Exactly. So for one, that's just a nice, easy green one. For this one, this is what I call a little bit of Thai flavor. So you basically got some spring onions, some coriander, some red peppers.
No chili?
So I love a bit of chili. Of course, there's a bit of spicy in here.
Here we go.
Spicy.
What else you got?
So now we've got a little bit of tomatoes in this one, so a little bit more classic, almost like you would imagine that you're having a breakfast. So baby spinach and tomatoes.
Oh,
love
nutritious.
the tomatoes.
Look at that.
Just pack those little leaves in there.
By the way, if you are boiling eggs and, like Amy, you like your eggs boiled, and you want to know whether your egg is hard-boiled or if it's raw, you spin it. I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday, but you spin it, and if it wobbles like that, it means that the inside is not solid yet, so it's kind of still doing
It's having a party still.
Yeah, exactly. Then you know. And if it doesn't wobble, then you know it's boiled and cooked all throughout. So you've got, that's beautiful.
So this is a spinach and feta, classic combination.
Yes.
And then we've got a little bit of additional omega-3s here with some beautiful salmon. And
That's a
a little bit
fancy
of chives. I know this is like your payday fancy pants one. And then our last one, I love the combination of mushrooms with eggs as well.
Look at you.
So, and you can see we've got some fancy mushrooms here, but any kind of mushrooms will do, and some spring onions again.
What about some...
Pop in the oven.
Some pilchards and some
I
garlic.
love a pilchard.
Pilchard garlic nyana.
Also affordable version of your omega-3 fatty oils.
Double
and
the
stuff.
protein as well there.
So if you can't get your hands on some salmon, pilchards are perfect. And so is mackerel. Mackerel's another good option.
That looks fantastic.
Very good with egg. So 6 lovely combinations here. This is what they look like when they come out. Easy to pack in the lunchbox.
Frittatas.
So nutritious, high protein.
What more do you want? SMS egg to 33728. And if you have any other interesting combinations that you could imagine or envisage with these frittatas, send them through to us on our Facebook page, on Twitter, on Instagram as well. Maybe you've made them. Take a picture. Share it with us. #Expresso Show. We're going to take a quick break on this International World Egg Day. I promise you, the whole thing with
I'm not kissing another egg.
I promise you, try it.
No, I don't.
You gotta
Bring home more than just memories of Mauritius with Club Med's all-inclusive holiday packages for families, friends and active couples. Choose from 3 Club Med Mauritius resorts and save up to 15% on your December 2019 booking with their early booking bonus. Extra bonus, kids under 12 stay free in Mauritius and fly free on Air Mauritius. Contact the agency by Club Med to book and visit clubmed.co.za for details.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso ahead of a beautiful weekend. If you live for a good time in the sun and sipping on some of the country's absolute best marquee wines with a beautiful view, one of the best in the country, in fact, then I think we've got just what you need. We've got you covered. Don't worry. This weekend, the annual Robertson's Wine on the River Festival in partnership with Nedbank returns for, incredibly, its 14th edition in the scenic Robertson Wine Valley, one of the most beautiful stretches of South African earth, and you're invited here to give us a glimpse into the good life, really, and what we can expect is Desmond Osman from Nedbank. Des, welcome back, dude.
Great to be here.
I thought you might be in the World Cup right now. I'm sorry that you didn't make it there, but this ain't bad. If you're going to be stuck in South Africa, heading to Robertson for the wine on the river is the best way to see the best side of South Africa, man. 100%. It's a beautiful weekend. We know the wines kind of speak for themselves. What was Nedbank's motivation? Because you've been involved for a little while now with the Wine on the River event, and something you guys take quite seriously. Yeah. If you can take a weekend like that seriously. But why is it so important to you?
Look, I think as Nedbank at our hearts, we've always known that small businesses is the backbone of the country. Sure. And if you look at Robinsons and the wine farms that are out there, they really make that local economy buzz. So for us, when they came to us with the proposition to say, could you partner with us in this, we thought, wow, this is something that speaks to our DNA. You know, it really speaks to how do we vote small business as Nedbank. So we said, yeah, we will go definitely in. There's about 40, if I'm not mistaken, wine farms along Robinsons, and
that's an economy all on its own.
It's an entire economy. And I mean, if you think about a wine farm, it can hire from 10 to 33 people, and that changes the ball game for a local economy.
I love that. You've hit on a couple of key elements there. Small towns. This isn't the only small town like this where there is small business concentrated. Also, I love the fact that you're supporting farmers at a time when farmers need our help and the communities around them. But why is it so important for Nedbank? We know that you're situated in one of the hottest spots on the continent, you know, in Sandton, but you have a great onus on supporting those smaller communities, small towns. Why is that?
Because, look, I think a lot of the metropoles get a lot of attention, and there's a lot of different ways to move, call it funds, when you're in a metropole. But we're in a small town like this, it really, really changes everything. To bring a festival like this, where the guys are getting opportunities to showcase their businesses, where the guys are getting opportunity to be an artist in a local town like Robinsons, you'll be amazed at how much the business over this weekend at Robertson just hits a complete spike. And for us, it's a natural thing to try and really infuse small towns, because those communities are actually what make the greater whole in our country, not just Sandton. Not just Sandton, man. And we've seen entire towns transformed by these sorts of festivals. Exactly. I know the secondary spend just over the weekend must be off the charts, but you think of places like Denim, these small towns that have a connotation. There's sometimes art, you know, there's sometimes adventure, a big event, or there's wine, and Robertson does have some of the best. But this weekend has a little bit of something for everybody, for the family, for the wine connoisseur, for the chiller, the person who just wants to relax for the weekend. What does the weekend itself entail? The weekend looks absolutely amazing. I think if you've never seen it, please do try it out. There is about 22 wines that will be showcased. You can do wine tasting. There's the iconic boat cruise that takes you right down the stretch of the river, and you can see and engage with some of the best wine farms that South Africa has to offer. If you can get yourself a concierge ticket, come join us at the Nedbank Lounge, which promises some awesome food. We have about 16 chefs that will be doing some awesome wine pairing throughout the day. I mean, it's a 3-day festival. Plus, if you have kiddies, it is a family-friendly festival. Bring your kiddies by. We have an entire kids area where we'll have people taking care of those kiddies. You'll feel like you didn't even bring them. But again, as Nedbank, when we come and power something like this, we look at it from how do we make it the best possible experience for you. So whether you are bringing your card or you are paying via QR, we really make the payments solve completely seamless, so that you can do what you are there to do, which is either enjoy the wine, kick back and chill on a boat cruise, and have an awesome time. And don't we need that at this time of the year? I think a lot of us are ready to take in a breath and enjoy a breathtaking view as well. I know you're going to be there. Enjoy it. Just very quickly, you've said if you can get yourself a ticket into the VIP
area, but we're actually helping a couple of card holders do that. How?
Exactly. I mean, it really pays to be with Nedbank. If you're a Nedbank card holder, we had ourselves a little stash of 4 VIP tickets, and we thought, what would it mean if we could take one of our Nedbank card holders and 3 of her or his friends,
close friends,
to the actual Nedbank Wine by the River at Robertson's, and I think we have an announcement.
I think we do have an announcement. We're going to be bringing you the winners of those incredible VIP tickets, and we've got some. I think, do you have the name of the actual winner?
I just might.
Ooh, okay, well, brace yourself. Okay, there is a drum roll going, and go for it. Do it.
All right, our Nedbank winner for this year's Nedbank Wine by the River is Gail Barrett.
Gail, I hope whatever you're doing, you're just like, you dropped your breakfast plate and it's all fun and games. Now, you 3 of your very close friends, because they must be good friends if you're going to treat them to VIP treatment like this, are on your way to the Wine on the River in the incredible Robertson Wine Valley. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be memorable. And you're going to taste a lot of amazing wines and food and, of course, rub shoulders with some wonderful people. Enjoy it, my friend. Soak it up, the very best of what South Africa has to offer. Some incredible culture. You can take a journey to the countryside on the scenic Route 62. Spend the whole weekend, if you want, at the Robertson's Wine Festival in partnership with Nedbank. You can still buy tickets, don't worry. They're available at wineontheriver.co.za. Payment is taken care of once you get there with seamless payment options, plus the Expresso team is going to be there as well. So if you see our camera crew, be nice, maybe raise the glass and say hi. Des, thank you so much, my friend. Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you so much for having me,
Travel
brother.
safe.
It's your time to shine with Orbit Gum and Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition. Follow the journey as the top contestants work through weeks of grueling challenges, fighting for one of 2 presenter spots on Expresso, all to be decided in a nail-biting finale. It's your time to shine with Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition. Wednesday evenings at 7:30, repeat Saturdays at 1, only on SABC 3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, live right here at SABC 3. It's a Friday, but it's also World Egg Day. You've heard all the egg jokes from Kat.
All of them.
I think today you're going to be very impressive if you're taking notes.
I don't think I've exhausted them.
There we go. There we go. I can't resist it and I can't help it, but we are excited to get into this. Have you been having some raw eggs? Are you?
I did at a stage in my life. I did like a protein. Actually, it wasn't even a protein shake. It was like 3 eggs with milk, and then just and then you drink that. That's a great protein.
Like an eggnog.
Like an eggnog.
We're gonna play a game. Let's see how we crack at this game.
Oh my goodness.
How we crack at
this game.
Hopefully, we don't crack under the pressure.
Let's hand it over to our games master, Amy.
So we have an exhilarating game.
Oh, yes, get in there.
I'm just with you guys on this now. So there are a couple of very simple rules. Basically, you each have 5 eggs, you each have a spoon. Now you have to put the spoon in your mouth and gently pick up each egg, carry the egg across to those 2 bowls over there.
Wait, so you got to pick up the egg with the spoon in your mouth, not your hand.
No hands allowed. This is a hands-free zone.
Okay, so we're using the spoon, okay.
And then you've got to carry the egg across to one of the 2 bowls over there, place the egg in gently, come back and pick up another egg and carry them back. And it's as many eggs as you can cross in 1 minute. So we're going to time you guys 1 minute.
All right.
No hands.
All right.
Gently, no cracking the eggs, no dropping the eggs.
Okay.
Wow, this has just presented a whole new challenge. Now you got to pick it up from the bowl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm ready. I'm down for it.
Wait. Let's just quickly decide before we cross paths.
You have a smaller mouth. You can take the smaller spoon.
I'll do that. You got a bigger mouth. That's fine.
True. That's true.
Never mind.
Imagine this in your mouth.
So I'm going to go here. So this is my bowl. So that means that the right-hand side bowl there is mine.
Or should we do it like this in an equal distance?
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
That's fine.
You've gotten technical with it.
Wow.
All right.
How do you even pick up a...
I'm going to put this away. Put this away. All right. Are you going to let us know when the clock has started going?
Do we have a clock, guys?
Wait,
Are
so
we ready?
it has to be independent with
Prepare
just...
yourselves.
Okay.
Should we do a countdown?
Yeah, okay.
3, 2, 1, and go. Nice cat. Yes. Oh, boy. Good job, guys. Excellent work. Oh, cat, you're winning there. Whoa, sabotage. The focus on you guys, it's just intense. It's amazing. I love it. Good job. Oh, my word. The competition is close, guys. 3 eggs each. 3 eggs each, and we're getting closer. Nearly 4 eggs down. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. 1 egg to go. Oh, my God. Cat's got this in the bag. Cat. Gently. Easy does it. Easy does it. Oh, no.
Yeah!
It's a tie. Well done.
What?
We got it at the same time. Together.
I think so.
I call for sudden death.
Okay.
I call for sudden
want
death.
to take 1 egg each back?
I refuse.
Cat, you can't change the rules in the event of a draw. It doesn't work like that. You see this
Are you a man or a mouse?
intimidation. That I was talking about.
It's all right. We'll take the draw. It's okay.
well.
Cease.
Well, listen, Cat is clearly
Competition is right.
highly competitive.
I'm so sorry,
And
Tabsy.
didn't anticipate this sort of turnout for this game. But listen, maybe play this game with your loved ones,
It's
your
hilarious.
friends. It's a fun
great.
one to do, especially with the weekend here now. Take videos, take photos, send them to us. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. It's time for us to check out the news now.
Sorry, Tabsy.
Did you think I had one more?
Let's wrap up our final take on the news headlines, starting in South Africa, where President Cyril Ramaphosa has said that while Finance Minister Tito Mbowene's economic policy paper proposed auctioning some coal power stations to raise funds, government does not intend to sell off new power stations, describing them as Eskom's crown jewels. Then further afield, the US Treasury has announced sanctions against the controversial Gupta family and an associate, Salim Essa. It said yesterday that the Guptas and Essa have used their influence with prominent politicians and parties in South Africa to line their pockets with ill-gotten gains. Then in the Sudan, the country has appointed a woman as the head of its judiciary yesterday for the first time in the history of the Arab Muslim country. This according to the ruling Transitional Sovereignty Council yesterday. And then a powerful typhoon is churning towards Japan as we speak, grounding hundreds of flights, cancelling upcoming matches in the Rugby World Cup and placing placing millions of residents squarely in its path. 2 rugby internationals, both scheduled for tomorrow, have been cancelled. And finally, onto an incredible story. Trapped under an air conditioner for a month after a Category 5 hurricane we know as Dorian raged through the Bahamas, a 1-year-old puppy was found alive after surviving off rainwater that fell right in front of him. Florida-based Big Dog Ranch Rescue spotted the mixed breed puppy, now named Miracle, understandably, via an infrared drone used to sense heat of survivors. His tail even wagged when he was offered a can of dog food when he was being rescued. Laurie Simmons, president and founder of Big Dog Ranch Rescue, said he is expected to make a full recovery. She said that the dog's rescue in the face of the devastation of Hurricane Dorian adds new meaning to the words that there is hope for rebuilding and a new beginning. On that very inspirational note is where we round off our headlines for now. Let's delve into the sport. Returning to the Rugby World Cup action that won't be taking place, New Zealand's encounter against Italy and England's match against France, scheduled to take place tomorrow, have both been called off due to super typhoon Hagibis expected to hit Japan. The Japan-Scotland game on Sunday is still in doubt. On to tennis. World number 1 Novak Djokovic eased past American John Isner 7-5, 6-3 to advance to the last 16, while the 20-time Grand Slam winner Roger Federer beat Belgium's David Goffin 7-6, 6-4 to advance to the quarterfinals in the Shanghai Masters. And in motorsports, MotoGP will make its return to Brazil in 2022 at a brand new circuit to boot, the Rio Motor Park in Deodoro, on a 5-year deal. Construction on the track is expected to be completed in 2021. And of course, far more immediately, Rugby World Cup action will continue today with the Pool D clash between Australia and Georgia that takes place at the Shizuoka Stadium in Ikopa at 12:15 this afternoon. The Australians, of course, having already qualified for the quarterfinals. And that's a wrap of your sport ahead of this bumper sporting weekend.
And let's take a final look at your roads. In Bedford View out in Gauteng, there has been an accident on the N3 southbound. That's at Van Buren Road. The ramped lane is obstructed, so please use an alternative route this morning. In the Western Cape, Delft on the R300 northbound, there is a stationary vehicle that's before Van Riebeck obstructing the emergency lane, so please keep a lookout for this. And off to the trains, there is an extended travel time of 15 to 20 minutes. That's on the Cape Flats line due to infrastructure problems in various areas at Ndabeni and Pinelands. Speed restrictions and sets out of service. And that's where we leave it for now. Take it easy on the roads.
A 0 fee account with 0 surprises. Mm-hmm. That's different.
Money. We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures for our gorgeous Friday. Thank you so much to Alizwa Maliswana for your sunrise from Mtata, Lionel Gordon for your picture from Plettenberg Bay, Steve Martins for your sunrise picture from Muizenberg, as well as Henry van Wyk for your sunrise picture from Hiberdine in KZN, as well as Casey Volhunter for your sunrise picture from Balito, also in KZN. Taryn Hendricks, what a picture you sent through. Thank you so much for that one coming through from Newlands in Cape Town. We did Brighton early again on Monday morning. Send them through to us on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3, with the official hashtag Expresso Show. And now we take a look at that final look at the temperatures, starting off in Polokwane, a low of 10 today, reaching high of 23 degrees, with Mbombela starting off at 11, reaching a max of 25. If you're out in the capital city, Pretoria 12, reaching a high of 25. Josie Maboneng at Johannesburg starting off at 12, reaching a high of 24, with Mahikeng at 14 and 28, and expect that northeasterly wind traveling at 24 kilometers per hour over there as well. Klerksdorp 13 and 29, with Kimberley your lows today 6, reaching a high of 31. Sunny Bloemfontein starts off at 12, peaking at 28 degrees today. Richards Bay, you can expect high humidity 16, that's your low, reaching high of 24, with sunny Pietermaritzburg at 11 and 26. If you're out in Durban, northeasterly wind traveling at 22 kilometers per hour, 16, reaching a high of 23, with Mthatha starting off at 10 and reaching a high of 25 degrees. East London, your low, 14, reaching highs of 23, and a cold start to the morning for Craddock, 5, that's your low, reaching a max of 30 degrees. Port Elizabeth, 13 and 22, with George coming through with that high humidity, 11, that's your low, reaching highs of 22. With the lowest temperatures in the country today, that's Sutherland, 4, reaching a high of 25. Cape Town, the mother city, 14, reaching peaking at 22, and Worcester is at 6, reaching a high of 29 degrees. Plenty of sunshine is expected for Springbok, 10, reaching a high of 33, and the highest temperatures in the country, that's for you, Uppington, 17, reaching a high of 35. No matter what the weather's looking like in your part of the country, be sure to make it a feel-good type of Friday.
And it is certainly feeling very good. Thanks very much for that update, Uncle Tabsy. Now, it's maybe very easy for us to swap out a warm jacket for a cool summer hat, but for our little dogs out there, it is not as easy. A lot more involved, in fact. Now, with as many kinds of coats as there are breeds, some suited for the heat, some not, a spring-summer grooming session with Malton's grooming products is an ideal opportunity to take a broad view of grooming, and we find out how to keep our hounds brushed, washed and clipped for their comfort and, of course, our convenience.
Just like their personalities. Long hair, curly, short hair. Pups have very different hair types, which means when it comes to grooming, they have very specific needs. So I've come out for a bit of an education, a grooming day out, if you will, and I brought my two very short-legged short hairs out for some grooming as well, to spend some time with some other cool pups, so it's going to be quite social as well. Time for an education, guys.
No one has more facts and skills at their fingertips than Jackie van Dijk.
Why is it so important to groom your dogs?
The main reason is to make sure that you have a healthy coat, and it also prevents a build-up of oils and loose hair. So good maintaining, good de-shedding, and a good wash once a month is very good for them.
Can you take us through the different grooming techniques for the different hair types?
Your short hair dogs, like for example sausage dogs, they've got more of a finer hair, so you'd use your de-shedder more often. It releases all the loose hair out. Your more softer coats like your Maltesers and, for example, Bouviers, they've got more of a fine, softer hair, so you've got to kind of brush it out more evenly. So you would use a slicker brush, you would use a rake, and you use your comb to kind of demat the knots and get it out easily. But it's a kind of a process because you have different brushes for different dogs.
So my two pups are Leo and Lola. Leo was the original. He's now 4 years old. Lola is 2 years old. They are both miniature Dachshunds. I have such a close bond with both of them. They're very sweet and unbelievably loyal. They both groom themselves really well, so this will be the first time that either one of them is getting this level of grooming, so I'm quite keen to see how they respond to it.
I'm using a puppy shampoo here, which is nice and soft. And we're lathering it nicely all around his body, in between his pads as well, very important. Clean them nicely. Down his little face, around his eyes, not too close. And then you rinse it off. Make sure you rinse it properly. Try and dry the ears so you don't have any water that could have been a bit damp that didn't go down in the ears. Okay. Wrap you up and you're ready to roll. So here we got Leo. He's still damp from his wash, so we're going to give him a nice blow dry, so he's nice and dry. I'm using a normal hair dryer. So we want to make sure he's completely dry.
A hugely popular breed, Labbies also pack a lot of hair, and brushing is key.
Hi there, guys. This is Maddie. She is a black Labrador, and I'm going to do a demonstration on de-shedding. The reason why we de-shed is to make sure that we don't have a build-up of extra hair and a build-up on her coat. Rather do a de-shedding as often as you can. Try and do it at least once or twice a week, which will make sure that she has a nice air-flowing coat and it's a healthy coat. It brings out the shine, and she'll be a much healthier, happy animal, knowing that she doesn't have extra mats and she hasn't got a build-up of a thick coat. So you would like to get a good brush all the way around. Don't dig too deep. Try and do upwards and downwards. The process of doing this is so that you don't have all this loose hair falling around in your house, which makes a lot easier on your cleaning process of keeping your house clean.
With our summer temperatures way above where many breeds come from, it's kind to clip.
This is Mufasa, and he is a Bouvier. He's got a very, very thick coat, as you can see. It's a very fine and very coarse in some areas. So with this kind of breed, you would need to groom on a regular basis so that you don't get mats. So what we're going to do today is we're going to demonstrate a spring cut, which is going to give about a 2.5 centimeter length of hair all the way around, which is going to help with the coat, still keeps them warm. I'm using a 3 3/4 blade, and it's an industrial clipper, which is the kind of best one to use. It's an Andis, and that's what we use for dog grooming. The reason why we keep the hair around the eyes is to protect their eyes, because their eyes are very sensitive to the sun.
The experience today has been really cool. I think the team from Just Groomer, Jackie, were fantastic with both Leo and Lola, kind of read their personalities, how far they could push the grooming session. I think Leo especially enjoyed the pampering. He's come out looking fantastic, and giving him a good groom in that sense is going to help his skin. And I know Lola's nails, it's a fine line. I'm terrified to cut her nails, so I know a qualified groomer has to do it, and I thought they handled that part of the process incredibly well. So chuffed that I was able to put myself and the pups through this experience. And the dogs, I think they're pretty chuffed as well. Good girl.
There we go.
Oh, happy? Like a new lady, huh? Well, Leo, I think, has really loved his spa day. He looks, he feels, he smells amazing. Lola, she had her nails did, hey, looking gorgeous girl. I think they both really enjoyed a little bit of pampering, and it's worth, I think, taking the advice we've been given today. Pamper, spoil your pups at least once a month. Have a little bit of fun with them, and I think they both really now love the fact that they're going to get extra cuddles tonight. Good dog.
Ah, man, so much cuteness, too much cuteness. Now it's competition time. 3 boxes, 3 epic prizes, courtesy of Dion Wyatt. We've given you at home the chance to SMS in and stand the chance of winning one of 3 awesome prizes that include an iPhone 11.
What?
An Xbox One S.
What?
A Samsung Note 10.
Unbelievable.
And it's finally Friday. Katleho, what time is it?
Really? Are we going to do this?
Oh, which basically means we're about to find out who won. This is beautiful. Who have we got, Kat?
Listen, we have the first winner on the line right now, and her name is Guguletu. Good morning, Gugu.
Morning, morning, morning.
Oh, listen to you. Impilo yasika simnandine.
And I like Guguletu.
Sting. Listen, how excited are you about being our first winner in this Dion White competition?
Oh, I'm super excited. So excited. I couldn't even have breakfast. My stomach is just full of butterflies. I'm so excited.
I'll calm the butterflies down for a second. Let me know, which prize are you hoping to win?
The iPhone.
Oh, the iPhone. Okay, all right.
Well, that's a big prize to embark on an empty stomach.
Well, it's very easy. So I'm not sure if you tuned in right now, whether you can see this on your screen, but we have boxes numbered 1, 2, and 3, right? We have no idea what is in these boxes. If I'm feeling the energy, no, I can't tell. They're just boxes, okay? And inside, we have the name of the prize. Right, so what you need to do is choose one lucky number. Think about it very carefully. Feel out where you think your favorite prize might be. And let us know, which box are we opening for you?
Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to go for 3.
You're going for box number 3.
Are you sure, Guguletu?
This is your final decision. Can't go back after this. Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Okay, so number 3.
Box number 3.
It is. Oh, Guguletu.
Let's see what
Guguletu, congratulations! You have won yourself this Sunday Xbox One.
The Xbox One S is all yours. One of the best gaming consoles on the market. You are going to have so much fun. Are you happy?
Thank you. Thank you, I'm very happy.
Listen, are you going to be keeping that prize for yourself, or are you going to be giving it to somebody special? Are you going to be sharing it with somebody special?
My son.
Oh my word, yes!
Beautiful. What a gift. This is incredible. This is incredible.
Wow, okay, I was going to say,
Thank you so much.
FIFA 20 is the best game to get. Get it now. Okay, cool.
Invite Katel for a game.
Also
or two.
available at Dion White. Okay.
And he won't say no. He won't say no.
Oh, it actually, wait, I've just been told now by one of our producers, it actually comes with FIFA 20. So you're all set. You are ready to go. On earth. Congratulations, Google it, to have yourself a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much.
Go eat something. Go eat something.
Yeah, calm down those butterflies. So listen, there are officially 2 prizes left, which means you still have a chance to win. So SMS the keyword or keywords Dion Wired, then include your name and your email and send that through to 33728. And remember, when you SMS, you're also entered into a massive grand prize. This is a big...
It's a 30-second trolley dash in Dion Wired, and wait for it, it's worth 100,000 rand. Now, it is way too easy to win. Remember that SMSs are cost at R1.50. No free SMSs apply, and competition will end on the 23rd of October at 9 o'clock. You can find those T's and C's on expressoshow.com. Congratulations, Google.
Google it. Google
You can win one of 3 epic prizes every Friday, courtesy of Dion Wired. That includes an Xbox One S, a Samsung Note 10, and an iPhone 11. SMS the keyword Dion Wired, your name and email address to 33728 to win. Plus, when you SMS in, you are entered into a grand prize draw to win a trolley dash in a Dion Wired worth 100,000 rand. Winning has never been so easy.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary hotline bling.
That can only mean
one thing when you tune in at this time for the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Zing! 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 And today An excellent day because, as you know, it is World Egg Day. And so we thought it would be quite an exciting thing to get our good friend Chef Chart in the kitchen to teach us how to poach an egg perfectly. This is like pimping up your egg game to a whole nother level. And he's also going to be showing us a beautiful way to make an omelette, the perfectly made omelette. And of course, please remember to share your comments and questions on our social media pages. Chef Chart, good to have you. How are you?
Absolutely. Fabulous, and just so excited to be back, and it's great to come and sort of share something that's such a simple, humble ingredient that we use every day.
So versatile. So which came first?
Oh, you're going to open up a conversation that is going to go on for days.
Have you found an answer?
I haven't. Have you?
You know, I'm still on the side of the chicken. I think the chicken came first, but we can we can philosophize about that another time. But poaching an egg, right? Well, let's firstly talk about the difference between a fried egg and a poached egg, for those that don't know out there.
So a fried egg is something that you crack into a hot pan, and you're literally frying it generally and hopefully in butter, not oil. Because remember, butter has a lower boiling point than oil. Now, it depends on what you want.
Yes.
In terms of your egg, you know, some people have that little crispy little skirt around the outside.
Yes.
But I'm all about butter in a pan because remember, egg solidifies, you know, at a very low point. And you want a low boiling point in terms of using your butter. So I'm a butter person on that as opposed to oil.
So does the logic then follow that if you want your egg to cook more evenly and you want to have more control over its cooking process, rather use the butter that has a lower melting point or boiling point? So that means once your egg gets into the pan, it won't go and then, you know, it'll kind of slowly but surely get into it.
And basic rule, when butter foams, then you cook. All right, we'll be coming to that with our omelette a little bit later on.
Here we go.
Okay.
You don't want to skirk your egg. No. Let it envelop into the process. But this is now about poaching eggs. And if you want to pimp your game up and you really want to present your egg, your breakfast in a very fancy kind of way, poach those eggs. And I promise you, it'll be the delight of all in attendance. And this is what the final product looks like.
So this is poached eggs. So poached eggs is submersing the egg out of its shell in water.
Yes.
In boiling water. So that's what we're going to do. What we're going to do here. And this is ones that we've done a little bit earlier on. Good. We're going to come back to that, and we actually make our eggs first. You know, our poached eggs first.
I'm looking at what you've got here. I've seen people doing it like in plastic bags.
Oh, there's all sorts. You want people trying to keep the shape. Now, rule number one with poaching an egg: it must be fresh. Fresh egg, i.e., you want something literally laid within 2 days. That fresh. It needs to be fresh because what you want is the albumin to be really tight. That's the white stuff around the yolks. You want that really tight, and that starts to deteriorate as the days go on.
Did you hear that, guys? It's albumin. It's not the egg white. It's the albumin. Get it right.
So fresh egg, and the next thing is a cold egg. So if you are going to be poaching, make sure it's fresh and cold, so keep your eggs in the fridge.
Okay.
All right.
So literally find a farmer in your local community and ask him, so what time are the chickens laying? Okay, in 3 minutes I'm coming. Let's get the eggs, then go home.
And chickens generally lay in the morning. How's that?
They do.
Right, so what we're going to do is I've got a little bit of water in a bowl here, and a little bit of water into here. It's about 10%, or so you can taste vinegar.
Okay, so water in the small
water
bowl?
and a little bit of vinegar.
And a bit of vinegar.
All right, and then the same thing into your pan as well. I'm going to put a splash of vinegar into some boiling water that's coming up to temperature now.
Okay, so it's coming up to boiling temperature, not yet boiling.
Not yet.
You don't want it.
I actually do want it to bubble.
Okay.
I do want it to bubble. So let's just.
Sorry, I lost the word. I couldn't find bubble.
Right, and then taking your egg and then crack it into your vinegar water to start with. And of course, that one
making sure not to crack the yolk.
Well, that one didn't work. So let's take another one. Right.
Get some water.
So again, that's a much older. Actually, let's just use this. Actually, it's a good one. You can actually see it's a much older egg, this, because you can see how sort of loose and how it's sort of broken away. Yes. It becomes very fragile. Also, the larger the egg, the older the chicken. How's that? So the shell density never changes in a chicken's life. Yes. So a small egg is from a young chicken, and a larger egg
from
is
an
older chicken.
Quite interesting enough, we were talking about the sizes of eggs, and it appears that we as Africans have larger eggs than our European counterparts. Is this a fact, Charles?
It is indeed. A large egg...
Welcome to Africa.
A large egg, which is 50 to 54 grams, gives you a 16 to 20 gram yolk, and the balance being of the white albumin, ours is a large. The European standard is a medium-sized egg, which is your 50 to 54 gram weight in egg.
We do things big in Africa.
We do indeed.
Big.
Right. Okay. So why have I done it in here? So we're probably not going to have enough time just to really show it, but what happens is you can actually start to see the albumin starting to cook. The vinegar, correct? Oh, you've learned lots over these years on Expresso, haven't you? I love it. Anyway, the vinegar on the outside is starting to cook the egg, so let's actually just start to keep it together. And bind it together on that there. Yeah. All right.
This is like an episode of, like, what's his name? Bill Nye the Science Guy. It's exploding my brain.
Anyway, let's carry on with this here. Right, so what we're going to do, from here, it's going to go into your pan. Now, what you can do if you really want, if your egg is not super fresh, then I suggest just sort of dipping it in. But if it is fresh, I'm going to show you the way that we really want it, because this, what it should actually look like, is the shape of a torpedo. So what you want to do is create a centrifugal force, and you're going to start whisking. Look at that, going slowly around.
This is amazing.
Yes. But remember, remove your whisk.
Okay.
All right, when it goes
otherwise
in.
you're going to scramble.
Right, there we go, and it goes, and I'm going to go, right, like that. See, it's going round and round and round. And what it's doing, you can see, this is an older egg. The white is coming away. But what you want is this beautiful, sort of rounded top, your torpedo shape coming through. Wow. And that's how we do that. Obviously, don't go put this back in again, but if you really want,
you
just
can
very
literally
gently
see how every almost protein element of it cooks in the water in that slow process. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
And remember, we've obviously put cold water in here, so it's dropped the temperature very quickly. So again, it's a very delicate process. Eggs set at a low point, but I did want it in the initial stages to be boiling. I mean, that's going to be sort of coming up, and you can just see as it goes.
SMS the keyword EAT to 33728.
All right.
So how long is it going to be in there?
So literally, it's going to be a couple of minutes. Depends how hot your water is, how many eggs you put in. That all has a factor. So you can just literally feel it and just test it, how far you want it done.
Yes.
Now, with this, what's going to happen is you're going to take it out, and then you can put it, what I always do is put it into ice-cold water.
Yes.
Now, if you get my new cookbook, Summer Food, I always say to you, poach your eggs in advance, 2-3 days in advance. Why? Because you can't perfectly cook 20 eggs in an instance on the day. So I always put mine from there into ice-cold water, take them out, and then all you need to do is just, you can clean up the little loose ends. Like that. Just like that, clean them up all beautifully, and then put them into another bowl of clean water when they're done, and keep them in the fridge for the next day. What you then need to do for breakfast, and you want to do an eggs Benedict, or you want to do eggs on toast, you want to do a lovely salad, onto a pan, warm it up for 30 seconds, perfectly poached eggs that are beautiful and soft.
Unbelievable. Okay, I'm very, very fascinated. SMS the keyword EAT to 33728. We'll be back in here again. Next up, we show you how to make the perfect omelette with Chef Chart. Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
Excellent stuff.
Oh man, it's an egg extravaganza. Absolutely loving all of that over there. Now we're moving the focus over to a bit of dance, a bit of entertainment. Now, Jazz Art Dance Theatre is acknowledged as one of South Africa's leading contemporary dance companies. They are renowned both internationally and locally, with a 3-year full-time dance training program, a 1-year dance leadership program, and outreach program with dance classes in marginalized communities. Now, we're definitely in for a treat on this beautiful Friday. Ananda and Jazz Art, welcome, guys. So good to have you all here. Ananda, you're running these incredible programs. You've got this 3-year full-time one. At the moment, you're housing 16 students in there.
Yes.
How does one enroll? How does one get involved? If I really just wanted to be a part of it, what do I need to do to qualify?
Okay, so you need a lot of chutzpah, firstly.
Okay.
And then a lot of kind of latent raw talent. So we're looking for people that are artists first and then trained. Okay, so we go through a process where they go through auditions. It's a long one. It's 3 days for the 3-year program. And then a process of elimination. And once the core, the smaller group from, say, an amount of 60 odd, and then we ended up with our 16, which is now 15. And then we start to train. So what I do is I design the curriculum and I make sure that all their needs are met in terms of the arts or dance industry. So we've got to make sure that they do everything that will prepare them, to give them the tools that they need to become holistically trained, they have a good understanding of what they're doing and why they're doing it. I think that's fundamental.
Purpose, and the reason why. Now, 6 graduates from your 2018 program, I am reading here that they are now employed as company dancers and teachers. Ananda, tell us more.
What's so wonderful about the way that Jazz Art works, it's based on principles rather than specific steps. And one of the main kind of skills that we give them is how to share. So what they're learning, how to take what they're doing and to teach others, whether it's kids, whether it's their peers. So a lot of peer learning happens. And these graduates, so that's Vuyowetu Nompecheni and Darian Adams and Tansley Yost, those three in particular have choreographed pieces for this next upcoming season called Emerge in the theatre. And they are our graduates. They have done exceptionally well. Since they graduated and since coming into the company, they've just flown.
Well, listen to this. On the 18th of October, you have a show at Artscape. It's called Emerge.
That's right.
You guys always have some tricks up your sleeves. What is it this time around that we can look forward to there?
I think our biggest celebration, really, are all of these beautiful young people who are really beginning their journey, and in 3 years' time they too will be unpacking their suitcases of tools and skills and real love for the art form. Because as I believe, is you can say what you want to with your mouth, but when you're working with your body cannot lie. It doesn't have that kind of intelligence.
This is fantastic.
So October 18th and 19th, we have 2-day performances, mostly for those that can't make it through into town in the evening, so schools and students and those things. And their time, so the 18th is at 11:30, the 19th is at 3, and then we have our evening performances on the 25th and the 26th.
This is all so exciting. So from the 18th of October, you can catch the Jazz Art Dance Academy doing their thing and really just showing why they are the people with their chutzpah and their latent raw talent. They're going to be showing us exactly what that's all about. But of course, in the meantime, my advice to you is just move your furniture in your home, because you might want to join them as they move around. You and I, Ananda, are going to move our furniture.
We're going to
move our chairs.
There we
going to move it that way, because these guys are going to need to warm up. We'll see you guys in a bit. They're going to be performing for us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you.
Science reaches for the truth. It works for the big and small, for the old and young. And with knowledge as our first ingredient, science is at the heart of our food. For differences you can see, feel, and trust. It all starts with science.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary hotline bling. It can only mean one thing. Welcome back to the Culinary hotline bling. Sing. Now, an omelette is a very easy and tasty meal, they say, but it's not as easy to make if you think about it. I mean, we've been told that there's many different ways. Is it a hot pan, especially when we've had our omelette challenges? Do you have the oil in immediately? Do you wait for it? Do you wait until it smokes? Well, how do you do it? That's exactly why Chef Charge is here. And we're going to be teaching, not myself, because of course I did beat the infamous Zola Nene in the omelette challenge.
Did you really beat Zola?
I did.
Oh,
but
brag about that.
Tabiso is not that au fait with making omelettes. So Tabzi, Uncle Tabzi, come in here. We're going to teach him how to make the perfect perfect omelette?
Oh, well, omelettes are one of those things that actually, if you go into work for a top-end chef, and I'll tell you one in particular is the one that swears a lot, Mr. Ramsey. If you actually want to go and work for him, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
If you actually want to go and work for him, one of the first things before you actually even get an interview
is
you get to make an omelette. And if you pass the omelette challenge, then you'll go through to step number 2.
Oh, wow.
And then finally, an actual physical talking interview.
So it's an essential part of being a chef.
It is, absolutely.
Making an omelette.
Okay,
cool.
Making.
Omelette making, absolutely.
This is how you make the perfect omelette.
Very simply with omelettes there is 3 eggs. Now, just a very quick one, just because we're talking about eggs and, you know, this egg day and all the rest of it. If you see a blood spot, what the blood spot is in there is actually from a stressed chicken. And that's nature's way of actually shotting some blood into the egg and actually making sure that embryo can actually never form. Because what happens is the egg then basically ferments and goes frot, and it stops it from actually forming an embryo.
Do you have to take it out when you do so?
If you want, you can take it out,
but
but
there's
just cook it.
Okay. No harm eating
you
it,
eat steak and all the rest of it, don't you? What are you eating? All right, so eggs are whisked, and then you want to pop the pan in there. So generally, cold pan, do you want to pop it across onto there? Yeah. Cold pan, cold butter into the pan.
Tubbsy, did you hear why we use butter instead of oil?
No, why do we do that?
Butter has a lower boiling point or melting point, so it allows your egg to cook more evenly. Otherwise, if it's too hot with the oil, you put it on and the egg goes... And then
yes, and I've seen that happen lots of times.
So it's all about gentle cooking. Now, with an omelette, a correct omelette has no colour. And that is the test.
Wait, what?
No
What do you mean
colour.
it's got
There
no
should be
colour?
no colour. This, we might be failed.
Oh,
no
Nicole.
colour.
Nicole, you've just been
yes.
shaded. Your egg has just been shaded.
No,
okay, but explain what you mean by no colour.
What I mean by no colour, because what the test is here, it's very gentle. You've got to be the reason why we test with an omelette is because you need to be in control of the pan.
Okay.
So it shows you your technique of control.
Okay.
Now, it's a good omelette, it's beautifully folded, but you actually want no colour spots whatsoever.
Okay.
All right. So what we do is your pan's in there, as I said earlier on.
Yeah.
When the butter foams, then
it's
which
ready
you can
to
see
cook.
then it's ready to cook.
That's all right. Yeah. So when the
perfect.
butter foams, it's ready to cook. And you want it to be foaming, not turning a light golden colour and smoking. You don't want it to be hot.
Yep. And then you've got to regulate it and you've got to watch it bit by bit. So what I always do is what you want to try and do is create like a volcano. So think of this as going to be a volcano mountain by drawing into the centre, little bit by little bit.
All right.
Draw it into the centre. Yeah. And why we're doing this is because then the actual liquid runs down.
Yes.
So do you want to carry on with that a little bit?
Oh,
so just
you
draw
really
there.
want me to do this?
Yeah. So from the outside, you're going to draw it in there. Yeah.
Right.
There we go. Great.
And if your liquid isn't necessarily running all the way around, are you then
tip
at
it on.
liberty to kind of tip it? Yeah, use the pan. Use the pan to
then you
tip
can
it.
use a pan like that. Yeah.
Fill it up.
Be confident. Come, work with me here.
Yeah,
So you're going to go around there.
Man.
Okay, so just drag it in like that, working around in a fashion that you're making sure you get every little... there we go.
Look at
Bit
that.
of drama there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get to a point of where you don't want to move it too much more. So let's just use the pan like this.
All right.
So you can sort of see an interesting volcano shape.
it's building
happening
up.
over there.
Forming there,
All right,
yeah.
okay. So not too much now, because
happened
remember,
there,
lots
Tubbsy?
of the
Did you
liquid is
just-
going
It
there.
wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Gosh.
He was excited.
Overly excited.
Okay, let's not do any more like that. Right, now at this point is when you actually season.
Okay.
All right, don't season in the beginning because what happens is actually the salt starts to break down the protein and it starts to lose its form
Shape.
and lose its shape as well. So and same for scrambled eggs. Never season the eggs beforehand.
My whole life is a lie.
So
I've been doing it wrong all along.
little salt, pepper onto there.
Yeah.
All right, and you can see it actually starting to set. If it's too hot, take it off. Let the residual heat. There's enough residual heat in here,
Okay.
especially if you've got a thick base pan.
So you don't need to
continue
wait the
cooking.
whole time for it to completely...
By the way, guys, SMS the keyword dish to 33728. Now the toppings. Let's quickly go.
Right,
Quickly with
toppings entirely up to you what you want to do. I mean, you can obviously do a bit of cheese if you want. Now I'm just going to put a little onto here. You can put some tomatoes, mushrooms.
Okay.
You can just sprinkle a little bit on that there. Now it depends on how you want to make this as well. Remember, if you want to sort of fold it over to see if this is going to be ready for folding, just about
ready.
there. So I've done cheese on one half.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit soft there.
Ooh, Tubbsy.
And that goes across there.
And you can see no colour.
No colour. Now, there's different styles, different ways. I mean, you can see you can do a threefold. You can do, I just do 1 1/2.
Yeah.
And let the residual heat cook like that.
By the way, quickly, you would have cooked these beforehand, right? In order
Yes,
to get
absolutely.
them in.
Cook
If
those.
you're going to be doing other
and if you're using like green peppers, please make sure you cook them as well. Good stuff. And then always that technique over in one movement.
To make sure it's not falling apart, obviously.
Here we go.
And it doesn't stick to your pan.
All right, guys, we've got to wrap it up. SMS the keyword dish to 33728.
Wow.
Fantastic way to make an omelette. By the way, have you guys heard why was the egg disappointed that it landed in an omelette?
Why?
Because it wasn't all it was cracked up to be.
You crack me up. You crack me up. You're one in a dozen, my friend. So we obviously put you guys on the spot on our social media platforms this morning, asking you the age-old question, the eternal question, in fact, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Being World Egg Day, we have, yes, highlighted the importance, the value of eggs in our diet. We're also having a little bit of fun with it. And clearly, no one actually really knows the answer. But let's see what you guys came up with. Sharon Funaventa, she went to traditional route. Morning, guys. Hope you're all very well. The chicken came first because God created all the animals, including the chicken, and then the chicken laid eggs. I see your logic. I see your logic. Lantleni is saying, good morning, guys. This is my say to the question you guys asked. Two birds that weren't really chickens created a chicken egg, and hence we have an answer. The egg came first, and then it hatched a chicken. I don't know if I agree with your logic. I don't know. And then Eva saying, good morning. The egg can hatch, but a chick cannot raise itself. This means that the chicken came first. I don't know. I think the logic has gone out the window. Maybe you can even say dinosaurs had eggs and they came before the chicken, so maybe the egg did actually come before the chicken. Thanks, Steve, for rationalizing that one out for me, but you can keep connecting with us. Have a little bit of fun. Maybe drop some eggy puns as well. At Expresso Show is the handles. Use our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page is where we are having a lot of fun this morning.
We are having a lot of fun, I've got to say, on this World Egg Day. Says Princess, are you having fun on World Egg Day?
Yes.
Okay. Teresa, are you having fun on World Egg Day?
Lots of fun.
Can we get you a coffee?
That would be great. Thanks.
Absolutely. So how do you like yours?
A bit of milk.
Bit of milk?
Yes.
No
No
sweetener,
sugar.
nothing? All right. Could you
Sweetener.
prepare that for us, Sis Princess?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Coming up on the other side, we are still celebrating World Egg Day. In fact, Teresa, I don't know if you know this, but why was the egg such a good cricket player?
I don't know.
Because it could take hat-tricks.
Great Arabica beans, McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
There's nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica. To enter for Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, buy any size and your favorite flavor of Tropica in fresh or long life. Find the unique code behind the label or the sticker.
Making an occasion out of a meal. The perfect atmosphere, even a show-stopping ensemble, is the level of taste that makes someone a taste master. That's SA's newest reality show on SABC3, where one individual will become the resident foodie on Afternoon Express. Record yourself preparing a dish. Tell us why you're a taste master and upload it onto Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag #TasteMasterSA. You could be the Taste Master.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is excellent. Welcome back on World Egg Day. I'm so excited because today we're making a clover olive fried Caesar salad. This is delicious, packed with eggs, yes, chicken, anchovies, a whole lot of deliciousness, even a crunchiness. It's a beautiful salad, beautiful. I think one of those ultimate go-to salads for summer. Undoubtedly here to show us how is our very own Teresa. You've had your coffee?
Yep.
You're ready to rock and roll. And this is something so cool. Our eggs are even trying to, this egg is so excited about being on the salad. He's trying to make his way across.
Trying to get there.
The Caesar salad is cool. It's a bit zhuzh, which is quite nice. So if you're going to be making a salad at home, and I eat a lot of salads, sometimes you want to change it up. You want to do something interesting, delicious, but very healthy. That's the whole point of having salads, is to get that whole food goodness in.
That's right.
But this has got the X factor, which is our Caesar salad dressing.
Yes, it's a beautiful,
so
thick,
where does
creamy
this
dressing.
begin?
Right, so we're going to be making it from scratch. I've got an egg yolk here.
All right.
So we're going to start with that. I'm going to add some lemon juice and lemon zest, so lovely fresh flavors.
Ooh.
And a bit of mustard.
And you've got quite a lot in there as well.
Yes.
So it's a very strong flavored dressing, and you need that.
That's right.
You want it to elevate, and you've got a nice sounding board with your, are we using Cos lettuce? Is that the lettuce of choice?
Yes, so traditionally it's romaine, but you can use iceberg or whatever you have. And yeah, we've got our croutons, we've got chicken, parmesan, so a lot of flavor, a lot of protein as well. And combined with the creamy dressing, it's just
It's nice, and it's not overkill with the dressing, so you're not kind of detracting, making it an unhealthy salad.
Yeah.
It's just to elevate that flavor profile, take it somewhere really, really special.
Exactly, and it's going to keep you full. It's a good, satisfying salad. Right, so we've whisked that up. Now we're going to add our olive pride. And what's important here is that you add it gradually. You don't want it to split. So we're just going to go slowly.
Little bit.
And then you'll see it'll get thicker, it'll get pale.
Almost like a mayonnaise.
Yeah, exactly. Same sort of principle. So we're going to add that in.
And we know, of course, our olive pride blend of seed oils, extra virgin olive oil, ideal for a salad, uses top quality extra virgin olive oil in their blend. And it's set apart from others as it maintains a greater olive flavor, which you want in a nice salad kind of flavor profile, blended with those seed oils, which if we were cooking would obviously have a higher smoking point as well. But it really is, I think, South Africa's #1 blend of oils. Very high quality, sustainably sourced, sustainably put together in their manufacturing process as well, which is important, but also endorsed by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. So you know you're getting those essential omegas in there.
Look at that.
Oh, that's come together
creamy
beautifully.
And isn't that lovely?
It's a good basis for a nice kind of honey mustard sauce here as well, if you wanted to kind of take it that direction. But it looks beautiful.
There we go, thick and creamy. Right, so I've added some salt and pepper. I'm going to add some garlic in there as well, because we love garlic.
This is heaps of flavor, actually.
Some Parmesan cheese, which we've grated.
Okay.
And some anchovies, which you'll find in a Caesar salad.
Okay, and that's key. You could probably even blend this together if you just wanted to create that flavor profile without the actual anchovies, but nice little nuggets of flavor there. It's got a beautiful salty flavor, the anchovy, which is, I think, essential to this kind of balance of flavors in a Caesar salad.
Right. Shall we assemble?
Yeah, go. Rock on.
Okay, so I'm going to start with some lettuce. And we're going to pop some chicken on and some eggs. Lots going on here.
And it pops with colour. It's beautiful.
Yes,
I like the slightly soft boiled egg as well. You want a bit of that yolk to be able to kind of run as well. It mustn't be. I mean, you can go with a harder boiled egg if the texture freaks you out.
These are cooked beautifully.
But that is perfectly. Nicole's smashed it.
Absolutely. Right. Do you want to pop some chicken on?
And we've gone for we've shredded our kind of light chicken breast here.
Yes. We've also got some croutons, which we've also cooked with the olive pride. Just drizzle a little bit over your bread cubes, toast them, and they'll go crispy.
Yeah, it looks like we've actually used an olive ciabatta to create our things, just to take the olive one step.
Delicious.
Okay, then I'm going to...
What I'm going to do is put a little bit of dressing on now.
Okay.
I'm going to put some on later as well.
And I'm going to very delicately scoop up our eggs and place them... I mean, this is where it becomes a work of art. So the keyword here is clover to 33728 if you'd like to create your very own, very zhuzh, as I said, chicken Caesar salad.
Lovely.
I suppose you could even add a little bit of crispy bacon bits if you want.
Totally. I'm going to add some Parmesan shavings.
Okay, just to take
more flavour.
The umami flavour to another level as well. Hey? Well, this, I mean, for someone who's a fan of, and I am very much a fan of the umami flavour profile, this is the ideal salad. So while we put the finishing touches, you can take a look at how we arrived at this crescendo of a salad. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover. It's salad season, and if you think salads are boring, then you haven't tried making a Clover Olive Pride Caesar salad. Packed with eggs, chicken, and anchovies, the salad won't leave you hungry. Whisk together 2 fresh egg yolks, then add 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, the zest of 2 lemons, the juice of 2 lemons, and blend until pale and creamy. Slowly add a touch of pride, whisking as you go. Add chopped anchovy fillets, 1 chopped garlic clove, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and stir to combine. Arrange a cup of cos lettuce in a salad bowl, followed by a cup of shredded chicken, before pouring over the Caesar dressing. Mix to combine, then add Parmesan shavings, 2 softly boiled eggs, quartered, and top with crispy croutons. Filled with flavor and healthy proteins, enjoy this Clover Olive Pride Caesar salad as a meal on its own. Perfect for those hot days where you want to eat something a little lighter.
Made with love by Clover.
Beautiful stuff. So which arrived first, the chicken or the egg? They came together. Look, they arrived at exactly the same time. Beautiful stuff. We made it with our very own hands and very quickly as well, which is good to note. Teresa, thank you so much. It looks amazing. I'm going to have a little bit of a taste. The keyword again is Clover to 33728. You can be creating this delicious sauce and your very own, very, I think, summer-inspired, beautiful Caesar chicken salad. Okay, you can have a little taste as well. You've earned it. Okay, I'm going to get some egg.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Now, smooth fame and fortune might be awaiting you on the island of Curacao. Now, if you're not sure where Curacao is, which I think a lot of people don't know, well, it's located in the beautiful Caribbean Sea, just north of Venezuela. It's a Dutch-owned island made up of pastel-colored colonial architecture. There's a thriving art scene and culinary scenes as well, and excellent history museums to enjoy. It's known for its beautiful hidden beaches, its wondrous caves, and expansive coral reef that is rich with marine life. And a visit to the island promises to be a true tropical experience. From sandy shores to rocky cliffs, calm waters to wild surf, the beaches of Curacao have something for everyone to enjoy. Now, after a long day out on the beach, you'll be fully rested to enjoy a fun evening out. A taste of Curaçao's nightlife on one of the many restaurant terraces or beaches, showcasing the island's live music talent and endless moves of salsa dancing, which is part of the culture. Now, if you're looking for fun, romance, and perfect weather all year round, this might just be the place for you to enjoy. So if this is the place that sounds like it is your ideal bucket list place to visit and experience, well, make sure that you experience the island firsthand by entering Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao. All you need to do is, of course, SMS the keyword or WhatsApp the keyword TIOT9 to 063-921-8395 for all of the audition details. And remember to buy Tropica for details on how you can stand a chance of winning hundreds and thousands of prizes. And who knows, it could be you winning smooth fame and fortune on Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao. So WhatsApp the keyword TIOT9 now to 063-921-8395 for all of the audition details. And if you're looking for T's and C's and more information, you can find that on tropica.co.za.
Nap time just got extra cuddly. Get a free cuddle pillow when you buy 2 bags of Hill's pet food. Where dreams are made.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, live right here on SABC3. We're nearing the end of the show, but so much feel good still to come your way. It is the Jazz Art Dance Theatre. Of course, they're getting ready to perform at the Artscape from the 18th of October. You can get those details on the Artscape website. But they're here today to almost sort of burn this dance floor and take us to a whole new level of feel good. Here they are with the Friday dance right here on Expresso. Take it away, guys.
Wonderful way to express yourself.
I got lost there. I was like transported to another realm. That was really cool, man. Talented bunch, talented bunch. Please just quickly go back there and give us a bow.
Look at you, you beauties. Take a bow, young South Africa. Take a bow.
Yes, man. Jazz Art Dance Theatre. Of course, they've got that stunning performance they're getting ready for. It's going to be at the Artscape Theatre from the 18th of October to the 20th of October. They've got day shows as well as evening shows. You've got to support them. Show them
the best of. Yeah, the best of. So, guys, very quickly, I've got to sneak it in. Tomorrow we move to Somerset Mall to pack the next 40,000 meals as hashtag 1,000,000+1 reaches closer to that first 100,000 meal mark. I can't believe it's up and running now. We're at Somerset Mall tomorrow from 9 through to the afternoon. We're incentivizing the schools that bring the most learners to the pack will get to come help us pack the last few thousand meals live on the show, which is awesome. It's going to be so much fun. But the meal packing days are just so much love and generosity. If you've got kids, bring them along to experience what it's like, because the reality sinks in very quickly that that meal that you are putting together with your own two hands, a couple of days from now will be going into the belly of a little child that would not have eaten if it weren't for you. So we're not asking for your money. We're not asking for anything other than a bit of time and a bit of love. Come and support us. Somerset Mall tomorrow. You can just rock up, or you can go to Rise Against Hunger's website, rahafrica.org, and sign up.
That's how we start to build community, man. And then after what will hopefully be a great weekend for you on the sporting front, or maybe on the charitable front if you're going to be going out there to support next week. Sorry, I just bumped you over there. Next week, Monday, great show coming up. Former Miss SA, Rolene Strauss, joins us. She's got a brand new book that she's launched, and we're going to be chatting about that. That's very, very exciting.
That's
Then
heavyweight,
we're
eh?
going
That's
to
heavyweight.
Chef and Tea's kitchen. We're visiting her. She's incredible. Yeah, we're going to be live crossing to Johannesburg and bringing you all the action live from her own kitchen, which is beautiful. We're making cookie sandwiches as well here.
Man.
It's going to be in our very own kitchen.
Alistair Isabel, prolific performer, will be here doing the things that make the pots to be done with another electrifying experience and performance. Every time he's been here, it's always been memorable. So make sure that you do join us on Monday morning. Have a wonderful weekend with the loved ones. Hey, make sure you make someone smile out there. It's World Egg Day. Come out
Go make
with
some eggs,
all
man.
the jokes.
Go make a colourless omelette.
Do you know why people love boiled eggs for breakfast?
No.
Because it's hard to beat. What?
Except. We love you.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.